Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, lads.
Oh, everyone is already in the chat. I didn't even notice.
I did. I sure did. All of my friends showed up at once, and I was like, "Hi, guys."
Holy shit, everyone is on time this time.
Yeah. Well, it's because they know what's coming, and this is a pretty
This is
yeah. They really want to see your reaction to these next parts. I'm fairly certain is part of the reason, considering where we're at.
well, I live to serve.
Yep. Bows. Hi,
Hello,
guys.
hello.
We got 2 trial videos today, and then we're gonna try and do the rest, but no promises.
We shall try our best to get as much as possible done. Though,
Yep.
chapter 1 is definitely gonna it's definitely
Chapter
gonna
one's at
end
least gonna
today.
take us an hour.
Alrighty. If everyone is ready, then I would start the video.
Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty, let's see let's see Min talk herself out of this one.
If she can.
Unlikely, but
Nah. And it's not out of the question for you to have stumbled across the crime scene in the computer lab.
Yep.
Right.
Right. Min was going from the laundry room to the kitchen. That path crosses the computer lab. Yep. She would have seen Teruko's body if the door was open.
Didn't like that.
And why exactly would the fucking door be open? It is a good question.
I suppose Min may have arrived near the computer lab's entrance just as Charles left. If she was curious, she would have even gone out of her way and to see what was happening in there. I'm having trouble with David this morning. Come back, bitch. Coming across the computer lab right when Charles fled? Talk about a small window of opportunity.
That's...
Following that, if she saw Xander, then Xander must have noticed her too.
Indeed. Unless he was standing with his back.
Knowing Xander the way I do, I'm sure he would... Wow. Hi, Dev. I see a typo. Anyway.
Oopsie.
That threw me off for 2 seconds. Okay. Knowing Xander the way I do, I'm sure he would have wanted to incapacitate anyone who could have interfered with his plan. He was very determined to succeed in killing me.
See?
That means that Min had to act quickly before Xander did away with her as well.
Indeed.
I'm thinking that her first move was to upend the bucket of water on him, which she would have already been carrying since she was cleaning at the time. Not only would that throw Xander off guard for a few seconds, but it would lead nicely into the next phase of her plan, which is getting him to touch the light switch. Yeah, it's very true, huh?
Yeah, large scripts, difficult. Proofreaders may not even catch all of them.
Yeah, and I know Dev does have proofreaders. At least 2 of them, I think.
Wait a minute. That doesn't mean that Min is the killer. Who? You were there in the kitchen with me too. If Min committed a murder, we would have noticed that she was gone for too long. Perhaps...
Even so.
But Min left on multiple occasions, right?
That's right.
The murder itself would have been relatively fast. Min could have returned to the crime scene later to carry out her various alterations of the crime scene.
Super risky though.
Yeah, definitely.
No way! There's no way Min is the killer. I refuse to believe it. I've talked to her. I spent time with her. She's a very reasonable kind of girl, so there's no way she could have killed someone. Yeah. Right, Min? Thank you, Eden. You're too kind.
Just give it up.
So far, all the evidence against me amounts to the fact that I could have seen the crime scene at some point. That's hardly conclusive evidence, is it?
Eden always seeing the best in people because she doesn't want to think the worst.
Yeah. She's gonna have a hard time in a Danganronpa game.
Yeah.
Both Terako and Charles were accused of being the culprit on more substantial evidence than this. I'm sure that in time you will see my innocence as well. We don't have many trial parts anymore, Min.
No. We should continue discussing evidence. Oh, maybe this was Who. This might have been Who. Because
Yeah.
it, like, completely threw Arthur off the scene. Oh well.
So that we may prove or disapprove Min's innocence, let's run through the murder step by step. Min saw Xander with Terako's body. She used the bucket she had with her to douse Xander in water. Then she broke the light switch. Hang on. What did she use to strip the light switch? A pen? You'd need at least some sort of tool to do that. We already said that the culprit was unprepared to murder. So she wouldn't have brought any tools with her. Just what she had on her person, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's wrong.
I can think of one thing that she might have been carrying around beforehand.
Ooh, fingernails in the in the light switch circuits. Each.
That made my skin crawl just thinking about it. Wait, can you show us again the list of custom weapons we all received? No problem.
It seems that...
Min's so-called weapon was a pen, right? It's definitely not out of the question for someone to be carrying around a pen on them.
What are you doing, Ari? Nothing that you should be concerned about. Keep your mouth shut. Whee!
Away she goes.
I think she realized something, though. Huh? Have you finally fucking lost it, Terako? Using a pen to open a light switch? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Everyone's fucking lives are at stake here, and you're throwing out worthless shit ideas pretending you know who the culprit is? If you keep this up, we're gonna die here. I'm going to die here. Does this try mean anything to you, or did Xana put a hole in your brain as well as your chest? How about
Just
we...
her abdomen, buddy, but okay.
How about we go quiet
Chronic
for now?
moron. Chronic moron. He just needs to not yap ever.
Yeah, just let's be quiet if you are not capable of thinking.
You said what I wanted to. I almost choked on my tea, but okay.
Ace,
There's no need.
there's no need to get worked up, because I'll help everyone pick the right culprit. That's a sinister smile right there.
It sure is. I think part of it's because her fucking eyes are covered, but yeah.
Right now, everyone suspects me, which is a mistake. But that's alright. Mistakes are meant to be fixed. Like filling out a multiple choice test. You bubble in answer after answer and sometimes get it wrong. If I let even one miscalculation slip by, then the life that I worked so hard for will come crashing down in an instant. So I'll keep erasing those mistakes until they are correct. Ay, ay, ay. Villain dialogue. As long as I learn from my mistakes, as long as I make the correct choice in the end, that's how I will achieve success.
Please
Yeah?
reconsider.
Terako, I'm asking you to reconsider. Once again, I am not the culprit. Your evidence is shaky at best. If you were to think about this carefully, you'll see that it makes no sense for me to be Xander's murderer. Don't you remember? I stayed by your side when no one else did. Why would I even put myself in such a precarious position if I were the killer? No.
To give yourself good standing.
Yeah, and also that almost sounds like a guilt trip.
It is. How'd you picked up on that?
Ay, ay, ay.
Considering the evidence,
In addition, Ace is correct in asserting that a pen cannot be used to break open a light switch. I simply do not know where you got that absurd idea. Where the hell did Ari go, by the way?
You'll see.
the truth is,
I got the idea only because you were with me during the entirety of my investigation. I saw it in your pocket once or twice. Because it was made of metal and caught the light. It drew my attention.
Hmm? Is something the matter?
Just now, I could have sworn I saw a flash of light. Something made of solid metal like that probably could have been used to break open the light switch, right?
I see Chet did their homework.
That seems
Yes.
unlikely.
Even if the pen was made out of solid metal, I don't think it could have easily been used for that purpose.
That was what I was going to say. Terako, I think you're going a bit too far with this theory of yours.
besides,
Besides, I didn't have the pen with me. I left it in my room the whole time.
Okay. Really? But I saw it in your pocket earlier.
are you sure about that?
Are you sure you aren't making that up or misremembering things? Perhaps you're so focused on the... Perhaps you're so focused on this strange theory of yours that your mind is concocting false memories to support your case, and now using even psychology against her. Wow.
A fucking gaslighting!
Yee.
Terako theory. Understandable.
Just give it up.
Give it up, Terako. This is going nowhere.
Terako, I really don't think that the culprit used a pen in a murder scheme. That's quite a far-fetched idea.
I can imagine it.
Aw. You haven't lost it, have you?
You.
I told you.
You are quite a talented little thief, aren't you?
She's great.
Love that for you.
Yeah, I knew you'd like her. Hey, Burr, welcome.
Wow, you're right, Jericho. Min's pen really is made out of solid metal.
Huh?
What the?
Snitchy snatch. Ah, this must be how she cracked open the light switch. She must have used the hidden switchblade inside of her pen. Oh. That's... What are you doing with that? So cool! Look, everyone! If you pull this off this end here, it reveals a knife underneath. Of course, there was something.
Min Yagami.
Min Yagami.
Min exposed. Y'all are funny.
Ay, ay, ay. Wait just a moment. How did you even get that? I thought I... Wow, I can't believe you didn't notice at all when I pickpocketed you moments ago. For an ultimate student, you really are a big dumbass, huh? Love that for you. Awesome.
Literally. I suppose Min was so focused on her argument with Terako that she didn't notice RA taking it out of her pocket. It's a well-known phenomenon that when a person focuses hard on one thing, that they often fail to notice other obvious stimuli. That's inattentional blindness for you. I had a hard time reading that word.
It's not something you often see.
Nah, not really.
It was all shiny, just like Terika said. Of course I had to take it. What are you? A certain type of bird?
Are you a corvid, RA? She might be a magpie, honestly.
I mean, it would suit her.
Yeah.
Give that back! Finders keepers. I'm serious. Jeez, and you seriously took this into the trial room? Talk about an oversight. I don't think it's that much of an oversight. Normally, none of us would have suspected her simply for carrying what appears to be an
Innocuous.
innocuous pen on a person. An innocent pen. Very innocent.
I suppose.
Concealed carry much.
Besides, no one had anticipated that these class trials would be held in such close quarters. It makes sense that Min thought the secret pen was safest in her own pocket.
Yeah. Penknife? I know that's a thing, but I've never seen one in person. They're certainly not unheard of, though.
I haven't seen one before, but it's not that hard to believe they exist.
I've seen, like, 2 ever, but that's it. They're not common. I guess that explains how you stripped the light switch. All you had to do was to use the knife to pry it open, like whacking the lid off a cold can of beans. Knife and beans? Okay, wait. Silly Goose. It's the silliest gooser.
That would explain those strange scratches on the wall. You used the blade to open it after all.
You're a damn liar.
You lied about not having the pen because you didn't want us to find out about the hidden blade, right? I had my doubts before, but your suspicious behavior now makes me believe that you may indeed have been involved with this murder.
Sus, alright.
Nothing.
Uh-oh. A little bit of breakdown.
Just a little.
I Really, I truly do not know what any of you are talking about. Your reasoning doesn't make any sense. It's simply illogical.
Honey, you can't gaslight the entire trial room. It's not going to work.
None of this evidence adds up to anything.
Also, there's too many smart people on that cast on this cast for that to work.
Oh, wow, she's really panicking now. I'm not panicking. I admit, I had that pen with me the whole time, but just because my pen has a blade in it doesn't mean that I'm the culprit. Hey!
Sure, Jan.
Oh, Min, you dug your own grave. You should have shown your pen immediately. And then you could have been like, oh, I didn't know there was a blade inside it. Then at least you could have, you know, been a bit less suspicious. It's simply a coincidence, nothing more. There's plenty of other tools that the real culprit could have used that exposed the light switch's wiring.
Riza. Riza.
Man, Xander being shocked the most? Ouchie.
Because he died from electrocution. Fucking terrible. Okay.
Ouchie, ouchie. Once again, you still have no true proof that I was at the scene of the crime, other than a series of coincidences. I thought a better way we could prove that you were at the scene of the crime. Oh? Pray tell, Rose.
Yes, Rose, we're listening.
I don't know if we have the tools for that. We could use chromatography to compare the pen's ink with the out of order sign. Ray, can you give me that pen? I mean, I did do chromatography before, but, like, do you have the tools for that?
I think she has just done it enough where she can do, like, one comparison. Maybe. She is a forger, after all.
But, I mean, you kinda need stuff for that, don't you? I mean, it's been some time since I last did it, but... alrighty,
Rose is a professional criminal, don't question it.
Wait! Eh. Just wait 1 second, please!
I don't get it.
I'm lost. What's whatever you said?
Yeah.
Chromatography. It's a method that's used to analyze ink. It's also a common activity done in school science classes, so you may be familiar with this in some form. Yee. Alrighty, so you just have a... Okay. Okay, so you have everything you know.
Rina, she had a cup of water on her earlier. She was sipping it through the trial.
That's true, but paper? I guess everyone just has paper.
All she had to do was grab paper from Wit. He has stationery.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And also there's paper in the evidence.
Still.
I don't know where the hell she would get a stick, but you know.
Investigation kit provided by Mono TV.
Okay.
By placing a dot of ink on the bottom of a paper strip and letting a solvent, in this case water, run through the ink, the various components of the ink separate out in different colors. Whee! Different varieties of ink are made differently. Therefore, the resulting color patterns can be used to identify specific brands.
Oh yeah, Charles carries a notepad on him. This isn't entirely out of left field. He could have also given her paper.
In this case, I can tell that the ink in Min's pen is the same ink that was used in the out of order sign.
Don't you need to see the out of order sign to compare it with?
Ah, I forgot. Since I had already memorized the stain pattern on the sign, it wasn't necessary for me to compare the two. I forgot that none of you have the same kind of memory that I do. But
It's like
true.
you plebs don't have photographic memory. Sorry, I forgot. Rose. Wit wrote the weapon list.
I see.
I see. The colors really are the same. I suppose that proves that Min's pen was used to make that sign.
Well, well, well. Anyway, that's proof that you're the culprit, right, Min?
It seems like irrefutable proof to me. I'm convinced that you're guilty, Min.
If this chromatography is so useful, then why the hell didn't you do this earlier, Rose?
Think about it.
This sort of forensic analysis wouldn't be all that useful for locating a culprit, only for confirming someone who's already a suspect. True.
Yeah.
And also, would you be the type of person to just go to Min and be like, hey, can I get your pen? I need to do some forensic analysis. Like, out of nowhere.
Min voice, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah. I don't think she would give you the pen, then. I don't think so.
Ah.
It's simply unrealistic to try and test every single pen or marker that we could find to see if it matches up with this note. True, true. Right now, we're lucky in that the culprit used a one-of-a-kind pen, but for any ink samples that came from a generic brand pen, we wouldn't gain much information.
Yeah.
Ay. Couldn't have seen that one coming, Min.
Yeah, when Rose is not on power saving mode, she's goated.
Yeah, she OP. Veronica.
But I really wanted to know who wrote that note to kill Teriko Tawaki.
Ah.
Generic pens. You mean like the kind that can be found in the storage room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, the kind of materials that anyone here can easily get their hands on. But that kind of evidence pinpointing their origin doesn't really help us solve any mysteries. My oh my. I'm no gambling woman, but I would be willing to bet that Xander got a blank DVD from the storage as well. Nice track though. Back to what I was saying. Right now, chromatography is only useful for our current situation, which is demonstrating that Min is most likely the one who created this note. Hee hee.
No way!
No way! Min, it couldn't be!
What do you have to say to that, Min?
You're wrong!
You're wrong! You're all wrong!
There's no way!
I'm not the culprit! I really am not! Are you alright, Min? She's definitely not alright. She's realizing that her case is hopeless and freaking out about it. This kind of sucks to watch. I can imagine. You're wrong, all of you. I'm not a culprit.
The evidence is there.
How am I wrong? The evidence is there. You're wrong, because... Ay. Because the pen isn't even mine at all. I've never even seen it before. What kind
Sweetie.
of weak-ass excuse is that?
She ran out of her logic, bud. She's got none of
Yeah.
it left.
Like, what do you think? Did RA just kind of magic it to appear?
God.
What are you talking about? That's definitely not what you were saying earlier. You're merely contradicting yourself now.
Literally, Min is like just a really bad gaslighter.
Yeah.
She's lost it now, hasn't she? The dawning realization that she's cornered is causing her to lose that carefully cultivated cool facade.
Eee.
It's amazing.
Ah, this is amazing. Watching someone lose their sanity as they desperately claw toward an ever-dwindling hope for survival. It's so much better than any story I could have ever read. I fucking
Oopsie.
forgot she voices it.
Oopsie.
Better than any story I could have ever read.
Oopsie.
Accept it, Min. I've figured you out as the culprit. You're not getting away with your crime.
That's not true.
I'm not. I'm not the culprit at all. There's no way that could be true.
Girl?
I never wanted to kill him. It was a mistake. I swear.
That's admission, though.
It doesn't count.
Even so.
Is that an admittance of guilt? Regardless of your intentions, the fact remains that Xander died as a direct result of your actions.
You're lying.
No, he didn't. You're making this up. All of you are just making everything up. Calm down, girl.
She's out of it.
Min, please.
I wanted to save you.
But I only wanted to save your life, Tarko.
Ah, yes, my least favorite trope.
Please
I'm sorry, I've never seen it written well.
don't fight me.
Sorry, Min, but I've got no choice.
I'll prove you wrong.
I'll prove without a doubt that you're Xander's murderer.
Mm.
You're
Yeah,
wrong.
you get to watch this animated too.
I'm not
Min
the
is
killer.
wearing a much shorter skirt than I expected.
Pencil skirt
Your
with a slit.
evidence makes no
Mm.
sense.
Dum-dum-dum.
It was just a mistake.
Thank God I don't need to do this.
I refuse
Yeah.
to believe it. I'm not the killer.
Let's see if we get to see your eyes finally.
It was just a mistake. Your evidence makes no sense.
I like how the more clothes she loses, the more she looks like a teacher.
I'll fix
Yeah.
it. If I stabbed him, wouldn't I be covered in bloodstains?
You inverted your jackets.
Ah.
Ends here.
She didn't lose that much though.
It's true that you would be unable to easily wash off any bloodstains on your clothes. That sort of cleaning takes time, and you had already spent a good amount of time cleaning up the murder. Any more time wasted, and the others would become suspicious. You couldn't have covered up what. You couldn't have covered up with the towel because there's no evidence of a blood-stained towel anywhere. Not even in the bedrooms.
Kat had an interesting question in the chat. What would be needed?
Yeah, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to answer it yet. I will answer it after this, though.
Alrighty, gotta put a pin in it.
Yeah, I'll remember to answer it. It's fine.
The truth is,
The solution is that you inverted a jacket and wore it backwards to catch the blood splatter. You wouldn't have used Xander's jacket because, as we discussed earlier, Xander's body shows no sign of being moved after it was stabbed. Therefore, you must have used your own. Afterwards, you could simply put on your jacket normally and hide the bloodstains long enough to get through this investigation and the trial.
Yep. That's...
Minjiung, if you want to prove me wrong, then take off your jackets.
I can't.
Why can't you? I've seen you without your jacket before. You had no problem taking it off earlier.
of course.
You can't now, can you? You can't take your jacket. Hold on. You can't take off your jacket because that's irrefutable proof that you killed Xander Matthews.
Ooh.
Then that's final. If Min cannot defend herself against this final point, then there's no doubt that she's the murderer.
Indeed.
I can't believe it. You of all people being a murderer and trying to get us all executed just so that you would survive.
Yeah. Did you really kill Xander? Min, what do you have to say for yourself?
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to kill Xander. Then why did you?
I saw Xander standing there on Matariko's body. I moved without thinking and doused him with the bucket of water I was holding.
Aw. Xander's vibes were off.
Bad vibes. Cool vibes. Why don't you kill me? Dum. I only wanted to save Taroko from dying. That was why I did it. And I truly didn't plan to kill Xander at all. You could have yelled, girl.
He's fast and strong, so she was more worried about not being able to get the sound out before he killed her too.
I gotta say that doing stuff to the light switch definitely took more time than yelling.
Just watch.
Look Xander gave me. When he turned around, I knew that Xander would have killed me too.
I was terrified for my own life, so I quickly moved to knock him out. I wasn't thinking at the time. Without considering the consequences of my actions, I turned off the lights and broke the light switch with the weapon I had on me. Gotta say. Still a weird reaction though. I guess she is more fight than flight.
Then
It goes into more, but
he was dead. I want to take it back. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to kill him. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
That's it. A full admission of guilt. Your testimony gives me the final piece I need to clear up this case once and for all. I'll show everyone here how you perform the murder.
Charles' vibes were off too. Oh no.
Let's go over this case from the very beginning. But before I do that, I will answer Kat's question, or at least give a reason as to why I don't care much for this trope and what specifically it represents in this trial. I explained it to Ha earlier in DMs, I think last week, but alright. So, what most people I don't think understand about this specific chapter in trial to begin with is this whole trial symbolizes victim blaming. And I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute before I explain what the fuck I'm talking about. So, how I interpret this trope is the person who's meant to defend you ends up backpedaling and then lets the rabble tear into you because they want to protect themselves. That is the point of this trope. That's the analysis behind it. And you see that front and center through this whole fucking trial. They tear into Terako for a majority of it, pinning her as the murderer, but actually it's Min's fault. And Min's too scared to stand up for her because it would mean throwing herself under the bus, which is a direct parallel to victim blaming. But the reason I don't like this trope is because every time I've seen it, it just shows that, which I'm not fond of to begin with. I think it's great symbolism. It is just infuriating to watch as someone who's gone through that sort of thing before several times in different situations, so it just sticks a sour chord with me specifically. I don't think there's a way you could write this trope to where I could like it. I don't like how it's portrayed. Does that make more sense? Because, like, it's mostly just, it is a parallel to victim blaming, and I don't care for it. And then I don't care for ships that come from it. You guys can love what you love. It's just not my cup of tea. Does that make sense to everybody here?
Yee. For me at least.
Yeah.
For me, this type of trope is a bit because every time they put it, every time it's basically being used, I'm just like, yeah, but you truly didn't completely care, right? Because you didn't, like, immediately confess, so...
See, that's what I was explaining to Ha. She cares enough in the spur of the moment to save the person she wants to save. However, when it comes to putting herself in jeopardy, she backpedals and like, I don't care enough to save you to put myself in the way. And I don't feel like that's a good self-sacrifice, air quotes, because you're not self-sacrificing at that point, are you? It just doesn't, when people call it that, it doesn't properly encapsulate what the hell it is. I think a better way to explain what this trope actually is oh man. I want to say it's like more of internal conflict of yourself versus the person you care about. It mostly focuses on internal conflict about self-preservation. Would be a better way to explain it. But yeah, Well,
Yeah.
that's more direct, and I feel like at least that's visibly on screen, and I can put up more with it. I don't know how to explain that specifically, but I do see. I think, okay, I feel like Non-Kidai did a lot of things really good in Your Turn to Die, where I was able to just like look certain plot points where I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. But like when it comes to Ayame's sacrifice for Akane or Min's sacrifice for Terako, I only see those as a parallel to victim blaming because of what you see through the whole fucking trial is like the person you supposedly sacrificed yourself for is being ripped into and about to get killed anyway. What was the point of your actions? Did your actions actually mean anything if you're not going to back them up? It's the best way I can explain it. I had a whole dialogue with Ha about it, but I can't remember everything I said, and I'd have to scroll for like 5 minutes to find the whole conversation, but yeah.
It just half-baked.
That's my 2 cents.
To me.
Yeah, I said this before we started the stream. It doesn't feel like the actions make a logical sense. to me. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But
It doesn't feel like it makes logical sense to the term self-sacrifice.
Hmm.
And I would put in another fangin as an example here, but I know not everyone has watched through DRTA. There's a different version of this in DRTA in chapter 2 that goes a different way with this. It's not so much self-sacrifice, but it's self-serving. that the culprit does. Ha knows what I'm talking about. Rina knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about because we've all watched it. But like, if you watch that, you'll see that it's approached differently and not quite the same. I think that was written better. And murder's not ever logical, Riza. You're right. But also, I just hate this trope. I appreciate the symbolism it represents, but it irritates me every time I have to watch through it. It's not. I am not the target audience for it. That's the best way I can put it. Anyway, we're gonna finish this video.
Yeah.
All started when Xander Matthews asked me to meet him at nighttime in the computer lab, claiming that he had some sort of plan.
Dark.
Yeah, that transition always makes me giggle a bit. It makes everyone giggle. They do like little edits of it. It's really funny. Like, and put edgy music to it. It's so silly. However, this was all a lie. In truth, Xander was planning to take advantage of my trust in order to murder me.
Phew.
When we met up, Xander stabbed me with the knife that he had taken from the kitchen, and I fell unconscious. Hotelos.
Poor dude.
Meanwhile, as part of Xander's murder plan, Charles Kuvas discovered a fake DVD labeled Charles Kuvas Motive at his door.
He is the kicked puppy of this case.
Literally. Kinda earned it, though, for how he behaved for, like, the first half of the chapter, though. It's karmatic justice, but at least he gets to bounce back from it now.
As an Otome gameplay, I would say it's Moe.
Okay. Because Mono TV had announced that it would release a motive soon, Charles believed that this to be a real motive and wanted to investigate it in the computer lab. Charles eats his meals after everyone else, so Xander could isolate him and make sure that he arrived after Xander had stabbed me. It was important that Charles saw my bloody body because...
Because he needs to get traumatized.
Charles has a phobia of blood and dead bodies, which Xander found out on accident. Because of his weakness, Charles would be unable to interfere with the murder nor even defend himself at the trial.
But you see, it's Moe. The way he was being an asshole at first and then got bodied.
Xander was easily able to steal from Charles some items that he would use to pin the crime on him.
What is this? Pose.
The pose. It makes me giggle too. He took one of his spare gloves and ripped it up to suggest Charles had gotten in a fight with him. With me. He also took Charles' motive DVD and put it in a disc reader. However, Xander had accidentally put the DVD in a CD reader as well as upside down, which erased some of the marking.
He not very bright.
I think he was more rushed.
Probably too.
In the meantime, Min Jiang was transporting cleaning supplies from the laundry room to the kitchen to clean up a mess that I had made earlier.
Look at her having a good time. It will not last.
Unfortunately. She's like, what the fuck?
Hmm.
She saw Charles fleeing from the computer lab and went to investigate. Then Min saw Xander standing over my body. They must have both noticed each other. Xander was so determined to succeed in his murder of me that he would have killed anyone who got in his way. And Min realized this too. Another typo. Tripped me up for a second.
It happens.
Yeah.
Wet t-shirt contest. Sorry, I had to make a joke. In an act of self-preservation, she distracted Xander by dousing him in a bucket of water that she was carrying. This explains why there were puddles of water everywhere around the crime scene.
Yeah, I guess that way that would be quick.
Yeah, the pen is reinforced steel, so like she would be able to get away with that. She would just have to be strong enough. But here's the thing: Dev released a strength chart and then deleted it quickly after. Min is on the bottom, and Xander's on the top. So this is implied to be adrenaline-based strength.
Probably.
Which I guess. Fuck. Next, Min quickly turned the lights off and used her switchblade pen to strip the light switch. Naturally, Xander would reach to turn the lights back on as he was unable to see that the wiring was exposed. And also, he's missing an eye, so... Because he was soaked in water and touched the electric circuit, he was killed by an electric shock.
Electrifying.
Eden's also the weakest too, yeah. Up until now, Min had never intended to commit a murder. However, realizing that Xander was dead, she decided to try and pin the murder on me in order to survive the class trial, which defeats the whole purpose of this trope!
Yeah.
To obfuscate. I fucking hate this word. Obfuscate. Okay. To obfuscate the crime scene, she performed several tasks. I love the fucking... Sorry. I look at her dragging Terrico. And the little X's on her eyes.
Yeah.
Help.
She out cold.
Someone needs to make that into a sticker. What the hell? That's great. I fucking forgot about that illustration. Wait, that's hilarious. I love the little paw hand. I moderate for the cat to answer that. I moderate for a certain higher end of YouTuber who his whole fucking thing is puns, and I also have several friends who just make puns all the time. So yeah, unfortunately, it kind of bleeds off on you after a while. Min rearranged our bodies to make it look as if we fought and cleaned up the bloodstains left from where my body originally was. Ruko Ibi. She then put the light switch back on. How did she do that without hurting herself? Oh wait, she's not wet. I guess that makes sense. Divert our attentions and make us believe that the light switch naturally broke, she forged an out-of-order note with her pen and a piece of paper she found on Xander's body that she cut to size. Finally, in order to disguise Xander's true cause of death, she took the kitchen knife and stabbed Xander in the throat. Normally, this would have stained her clothes with blood. Yeah, because, if y'all don't know, neck trauma causes like a fountain gush. It's like a delayed fountain gush whenever you stab. And since he still had some well, I want to say very minimal heartbeat at that point, yeah. Wouldn't be gushing as far, but it gushes far enough to where it would splatter.
Yeah.
However, she inverted her dark jacket and used it as a smock to catch the bloodstains, and then wore it normally again to hide those stains. Her white shirt's probably pink at the back now, honestly.
Have fun with the chocolate strawberries.
Yeah! She then put the kitchen knife in my hands. Finally, her alterations to make it seem like I had killed Xander were complete. However, the entire time she was trying not to clue who in Eden to the fact that she was performing a murder, so she rushed through and left many mistakes. I'm both, huh? I don't know what you mean.
That is the truth of this case. You murdered Xander and then tried to place the blame on me.
Jojo pose.
Isn't that right, Min Jun, the ultimate student?
Okay.
Wee.
For next video. And for next video.
Well, I'm guessing we're gonna see an execution soon.
Yeah, this video. Oh my god. Y'all are funny in chat.
Voting time!
Seems like you're all in agreement. Are we all ready to vote? Please use your monopads to input who you think the killer is. Fucking love this pose from Mono TV. It's so cute. As this trial comes to a conclusion, get ready to find out what the final verdict is. Will you make the right choice or the wrong one? I can't wait to find out. Let's vote.
Let's see. Oh, nice spread shot.
I love that 2 people were in denial enough to vote Terrico.
Bitch who? I mean, Min probably,
you know.
but...
People theorize that the other one was David, but I don't know. I think whoever the other vote was the person who asked for the hit on her in the first place. Which we have not confirmed who that is yet. Congratulations, you got it right! The blackened culprit who killed Xander Matthews is Min Jung, the ultimate student.
This can't be happening.
You really killed Xander. I never would have expected you to do something like that.
You think you know a person.
You were a friend. The two of us, we spent time together. So why did this happen?
In the end, someone like you is the first Blackens. Even I'm a little surprised by this outcome.
Technically, Xander tried first.
True, but she's not counting that because Mans is dead.
How could you?
Man, how could you?
Something as horrible as this murder, as horrible as this class trial.
How dare you?
How dare you? You killed Xander, and you were perfectly willing to kill everyone else here to escape.
I'm not faulting her for killing Xander, though.
Min isn't the only one to blame here. This all started because Xander tried to commit a murder first.
Thank you, Nico.
So true, royalty, so true.
Two of us turned out to be murderers. There might be some more.
True. So true, Liege. We all know that, but it's not a pleasant thought.
Fuck!
This is fucked up. Yeah.
Why did you have to drag out this trial? If you had come clean from the start, I'm sure we all would have been in a much better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we all done here? I'll give you all a few more minutes to say your final words before I commence the execution.
Execution?
I'm in.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to die, am I? If I get executed, I'm going to die.
People die when they are killed.
But that's not going to happen, right? That won't happen
Applies.
because I don't want to die.
Yeah, she has pretty eyes. It's unfortunate she doesn't trim her bangs.
Read the rules, didn't you? You can't avoid your death. As a participant of this killing game, you're fated to die.
This isn't fair.
I was just trying to knock him unconscious. I was only trying to save your life, Teruko.
Then why didn't you confess earlier? Why did you go through so much trouble to hide your crime? Also, I feel like this case specifically, even though it uses this trope, is a commentary of why this trope doesn't make sense, and I kind of appreciate that.
I was afraid of dying. If you were in the same situation, you would have done the same.
I don't know. I'm
I
still
don't know about that.
I'm still the guess I'll die type, so
Me too.
Velp.
Like, if I killed another person for someone else, then I'd just accept it, be like, hey, it was me. They were going to die. Get it over with.
Bye, I guess. And also, I do not
Bye.
want to live with the knowledge of having killed so many people. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, true. Me too.
My mental health would not accept that.
Yeah, same. You were afraid of death? Is that why you stayed by my side during my investigation? It wasn't out of kindness or because you wanted to help me. You just wanted to steer my investigation in the wrong direction and take my life by winning the trial. I love that it comments on how this trope doesn't make sense. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dev. Or did you want to win my trust by helping me out when no one else would, so that I would believe your lies?
That's not... I don't quite understand why I acted on some inexplicable feeling at the time, but I just had to know that you were alright.
Erika being like, you're not making sense. Understandable, bestie, so true. All this talk about wanting to save me, what nonsense. You didn't choose to save my life. Fate will always intervene when my life is at stake, in some form or another. That's why you acted without knowing why.
Ouch. That certainly is another dimension as well.
You didn't help me out of your own volition. I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, makes sense that Teruko would believe her selfless act even less than...
Yeah, my girl's mistrusting. She doesn't trust
I'm
anybody
sorry.
except the two people she lost.
Hmm.
And also Xander.
Please, I don't want to die.
Min.
Teruko, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Min, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm
I don't think we can change anything.
Wanted to save you.
Min.
People are gonna get annoyed with me here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I don't feel pity for her here, and my only reason is because she guilt trips her through the trial, and then gaslights her, and then also puts her out to dry, and then begs for forgiveness right before she died because she got caught. I'm sorry, that's not... No, I can't feel pity for her, guys. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah, sorry, Min, you cannot really die the good guy death here.
No.
I can't stand it. Stop saying that you don't want to die or you meant to save me. Just stop it. You're going to die. You committed a murder and you're going to die for it. I have no sympathy for someone like you whatsoever. Let go of me.
I had thought that if I said such cruel words to Min, she'd let go. I thought that she'd turn bitter and angry at the person she had sacrificed her life to save. I almost wish that she'd say that she hated me. Instead, she held me even tighter. She held on as if I had somehow shown her some great act of kindness in the fleeting time before her death. Exactly, Surreal, you get me.
Min. Let go.
Same, huh? I agree with you, but it's also a first trial, so I give it a break personally. Don't you understand, Min? I can't save you. Going to die because of me.
I said let go. Please. Let go. Before
Before I see you in my dreams every night.
Before I grow attached once more. I have no choice but to watch you go. For the sake of my feelings and yours, we shouldn't have cared about each other. Finally, she let go.
This isn't fair at all. Surely Min doesn't have to be executed for this.
Eden, you're in the wrong media to be asking that question.
Executed? Is something like that really going to happen?
No way!
Shit, something like that. That isn't actually real, right? What's going to happen to her?
Oh, Min, I'm so sorry.
Yes, Riza, correct.
Alright, your time is up. Let's wrap it up now.
I
have a very special punishment prepared for the ultimate student, Min Young.
am sorry, Teruko.
And I never got to tell you...
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
She does not get the chance, Cat.
Thrown to the dogs. Answer within the time limit, write legibly. Do not contest the results. Penalty for failure, your arm. Gee, oh.
Fun.
Yep. Okay. The
But the
This-
execution is badass, at least.
yeah. Your life.
Yep.
Literally thrown to the dogs, I see.
Also, if you'll notice something, there's a repeating theme of dogs in this fangen, and people have been putting theories as to why.
Hmm.
I don't know enough of them off the top of my head, but there's a lot of dog symbolism. There's Mono TV. There's her execution. There's another background character, who got mauled by dogs that will go through in chapter 2. And then there's the fact that Charles is afraid of dogs. It's on his profile, and then Wit actually loves dogs. So it comes up a lot. It seems intentional.
Ah, the wolf, a distant descendant of the dog, which is what I am. Great way to finish things off, don't you think?
What? Yeah, I do not appreciate having dude, I mean, there's a lot of horrible executions in Danganronpa, but that sure is like psychological torture on top of that.
Well, especially because like her whole life, we'll go through it in the bonus episode. Her whole life, she strived to be the ultimate student. To get thrown in the face of failure, which she had fought against her whole fucking life, just to die right after that, is like kicked while you're down, sort of thing. It's a real fuck you, honestly.
I mean, it suits the Danganronpa theme executions.
Yeah, it does.
What the fuck? I can't fucking take this anymore. I'm gonna puke.
Get me out of here.
Get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. Anyone, please help me.
Chronic yapper that adds nothing to the story most of the time. This is simply too absurd for words.
Oh, awful. Why is this happening? Ugh.
Yeah.
Horrific.
Men died in such a cruel manner.
Isn't that entertaining?
Entertaining? Is this your idea of entertaining? Rip Charles.
Yeah, Charles has trauma with dogs, so watching that was not fun for him.
Jeez, that's terrible.
Did someone protect him from the sight? Because I don't think he can take any more.
No, he sure watched it.
Terrible.
Terrible cannot even begin to describe that scene.
That was horrendous. Even after everything she put us through, I still cannot help but pity Min's fate. You also hate when things are, disfigured, so... I've seen enough. There's no point in keeping my hopes up anymore.
We are all certainly going to die here.
Love that line.
It is a fair assessment, considering how cruel her execution was.
Yeah, he has trauma. I'll explain it in DMs. It's a spoiler to Rina, so I won't say what it is, but yeah.
Fuck! This is your damn fault, Mono TV. You're the one who put us up into this messed up situation to begin with. Now people are dying as a result of your stupid, fucked up, complete bullshit TV show. Oh,
Jericho, I
Terako.
don't feel like laughing right now.
Why are you all so surprised? You voted her as the Blackened too, didn't you? You all knew that she would die, yet you made the choice anyway.
Teriko, that's so cruel. Don't you feel
Okay,
any
but she has a
sympathy
point.
at all?
Hmm.
Even though Min tried to pin the crime on you, in the end, not even she deserves something like this.
You're wrong.
Because
She made a choice to kill, and she paid her price. The same happened with Xander.
Guys, I have to ramble about something.
Hmm?
You remember on the rules there's one rule that says every murderer will will be charged for their crimes.
Hmm.
Why is Teriko saying it like that when that's on the rules? It's very odd, in my opinion. I don't think she's mastermind, but I think it's prevalent. And I don't know how many people have actually, like, thought about that hard enough, because I don't see it talked about in the theory tabs at all. Just food for thought for all y'all, because I know some of y'all are theorists, but I needed to really point that out, because I don't see people talk about it enough.
This probably would have been a lot less horrifying when we just pulled out the good old guillotine.
The other thing is, she also said something pretty interesting to Min whenever Min was holding her too, that made me squint about that as well. That adds to me theorizing about that, because I'm like, okay. Teriko, that's an odd thing to say to her, but alright. I would just, if y'all haven't squinted hard enough, I would squint back at the things Teriko says to Min as she's being hugged, and also the things that, are going on right here about, like, Teriko, why are you saying it like that, and why is it in the rules like that? That's interesting.
It sure is, but
Again, I don't think she's mastermind, but I think it's prevalent.
I mean, maybe she learned it.
I can expand on this when we go into trial 2, because something comes up that adds a little bit of substance to that, but I can't talk about it yet.
Maybe she learned it from someone.
Shrugs.
You have no right to talk like that. Those two were your friends, weren't they?
Wrong question to ask.
Don't make me laugh. They tricked me into trusting them to carry out their own plans. It's my own fault for getting close to anyone. I've had enough. I'm leaving now.
Teriko, please! I know you're upset, but please calm down!
Get away from me!
I'm
done with you all. I'm done pretending to be friends with everyone here. Every single one of you was perfectly willing to vote me to my death. I'm the one who steered the trial in the right direction. I saved all your goddamn lives, even though none of you deserve that!
Hoo.
Thank you, Dev, for pointing out this fucking trope.
I can't do
Thank you, Dev, for pointing out this fucking trope being ridiculous. And this also adds to my reason of why I call it a symbolism for victim blaming, because after she was proven innocent is when everyone starts kissing up to her again, and she's like, no, fuck y'all. That's very on the nose.
You hurt again. So I'm never going to trust anyone.
Well, that's an interesting starting point after chapter 1, definitely.
love her.
Boah, der Protagonist.
I love her very much. Teriko's VA is one of my mutuals. Phone. Where's my phone? Min's favorite oversized jacket. It keeps her comfortable while she studies. Recently, it seems to have gotten a bit dirty.
Dirty, I see. Phew! And with this, we finished chapter 1.
Yeah, now it's time for FTEs.
Yeet.
Which, most of that's gonna be you talking, if I'm honest. I think 3 of your characters yap during this section.
Oh, knows.
Who knows, indeed. Ariana
Also,
Rosario is Terrico's VA. Or Moody's. Anyway. We conducted a 1-week poll asking viewers what character pairings they wanted to see for a free time event. The top 20 results are in the poll below.
I see Ace and Levi.
Hilarious, honestly.
Alrighty then.
Goodness.
Wee.
Topic of the following FTEs were determined by randomly selecting one of the votes. In other words, the pairs are randomly selected, but pairings that were voted for more often were more likely to be chosen. Therefore, the FTEs shown in this video may not be the most requested pairings. Yeah, Cyril, you get me. Because these FTEs are made by audience vote, and they were written after the production of Chapter 1, they might not fit well into the story. If there are discrepancies between FTEs in the story, please disregard it. These FTEs are not considered to be official content.
Tragic but understandable.
But it's also suggested to watch them between Chapter 1 and 2 because there's, like, character relation spoilers, if I remember right, about certain characters and backstories. None of this is voiced. We have to voice it all ourselves.
These two? Alrighty then.
Looks like Jay is trying to fiddle with the elevator buttons. What a dumbass. Doesn't she know that the elevator doesn't work? She's so focused that she hasn't noticed me. This is perfect. I'm going to sneak up on her and surprise her. Slowly I crept up behind her, reach my arms around her torso and... grab her tummy! Ticka.
Oh jeez.
Jay rips around so fast the force knocks me to the ground.
How could you?
Ah, you pushed me! Ah, it hurts!
What's wrong with you?
What the hell are you doing?
Ah, she doesn't feel bad about shoving me. I stand up slowly and make a big show of brushing myself off, hoping that it will make her feel guilty.
Seriously, answer me. What do you think you're doing? I don't think it will work on her, alright.
Isn't it obvious?
Stupid.
I'm bothering you, stupid.
Jeez, you're more straightforward about it. No shame at all.
They're so fucking funny.
But also, cut that out.
Why? You're so fun to tease. Your reactions are hilarious. It's funny when your face gets all red. Besides, you should be thankful. I could be bullying you a lot harder.
Why would I thank you for that? Ay.
Actually, thank you for being such a zan. After all, you're in the category of people who I would bully the least.
Okay, alright.
Alrighty.
Yep, that's right. I organize everyone I meet into categories of how I should bully them.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, alright.
What the fuck?
That's a perfect voice line to use there, help.
What the actual fuck? Jeez. Also, what category am I in?
She's so unsubtle. It'll be nice for her to admit because she's so pathetic that it's funny.
She's such a mean lesbian. What the fuck? She doesn't have a canon disclosed sexuality, but she gives off mean lesbian vibes.
Yeah, I can see that. And also, it's not... no, for now, I cannot picture her with a guy.
I can't picture her with a guy at all, actually. Or at least not reciprocated, I sure can't. Like, I can picture a guy vying for her. I can't picture her with a guy herself. I don't know. I can't do it.
You're in the cool suave wannabe boys category.
You think I'm cool and suave?
I love that Jay just redacts the fucking insult there.
Yeah.
I said you're a wannabe. Boys who go in this category think they're super cool, but they're not really cool at all. All I need to do is tease them, and they get all flustered and embarrassed like you.
I think you have a misunderstanding here.
Jay does give closeted lesbian vibes too. I can't see her with a guy either.
What? Hey!
The reaction is so entertaining. I knew it. Jay is the best person to tease.
Ay.
I feel like a cat toying with a little mouse. I can totally eat up any time, but it's so much more fun to watch her struggle.
You really are not helping the shippers, you know?
I think that's the point.
Yeah. And this is the best category to be in?
Of course, I only tease you and that's it. I could be way worse.
Hey, RA, there's implications there.
Yeah.
For example, there's the category of spineless pushovers like Levi. For those guys, I use them as my personal mates because they will do anything I want as long as I prod them the right way.
Leave Levi alone!
You don't want to be my mate, do you?
Guess not.
So gross.
And then there's category of adorably sweet people like Eden. I like to torment these cuties until they start crying so that they're not so cute anymore. I won't let anyone be cuter than me after all.
She's like, I have to make them ugly cry to make myself look better. She is so mean lesbian, what the fuck?
Finally, there's the category of people who are mean to me.
Okay.
I know it's super unbelievable that anyone would be mean to me, but trust me, there are people out there who don't understand the natural order of the world.
The world revolves around you, doesn't it, RA?
Yeah.
She's so unserious.
When it comes to those worthless bitches, what I like to do is...
What would you like to do?
crush their pathetic lives into dust and throw them out into the garbage to rot!
Nice face, by the way.
Yep.
I mean, I would like to see that actually. Like, what would you do? Enlighten me.
She does talk about it a little in chapter 2.
Oh boy. Interesting.
Yeah.
Just spoiling the trash is too nice. I'll shatter their happy lives until there's no going back.
Go for it, ma'am.
Oh my god. You're totally like a textbook high school bully.
It's not a compliment, RA.
Wait a minute.
She's like a Heather. Wait, we just graduated from high school. You definitely were a high school bully. Oh, she
It's funny that
absolutely
you
was.
say that. It's funny that you say that because so many people actually assign RA as a Heather when they do a Heather's AU. Every Heather's AU I've seen for DRTT, I don't think I've seen one where RA was not a Heather in some way.
I mean, it's the most obvious choice.
It really is.
Of course, nothing less for someone as wonderful as me. I was the queen of my school. I had everyone under my foot and no one would dare speak out against me.
Really, I don't know if that's okay.
I wanted to turn everyone here into my personal servants as well, but you're all ultimates. It's probably best if I treat you as my peers, lame as that is.
Are you so unserious, girl?
Thank fucking God.
Seriously?
Also, your concept of treating others as your peers is totally fucked if this is how you act.
I don't think RA is all that socialized, my dude.
If you want to be my peer, then why don't you try, I don't know, not bothering me all the time? That would be too hard.
It'd be too hard for her.
Aw, no way! You're so fun to tease. Your reactions are always so hilarious.
God.
Especially if I call you a boy, then you get all deliciously flustered.
Androgynous J vibes. Underfluid, maybe. It's the two vibes I get from Jay, honestly.
My first thought was like, egg? Question mark? But, I guess we shall see.
It's not canon confirmed.
It's
It's just the vibes I get off of Jay.
Yeah. That's not...
Ah, look at her face. She's all flustered just like I said she would be. So adorable.
Don't make me put on the Kanade voice. I just noticed I slipped into it a little.
Yeah, I heard it.
That's
I've been
very-
hearing it the whole time. I've been hearing it the whole time you've been voicing Ari. I just haven't said anything because I'm like, Kanade makes an appearance.
Scary, scary, scary.
Utterly terrifying.
Listen to me, you little asshole.
Screw you!
Girls are just super uncool. Okay.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Listen, girls are lame as hell, okay? I mean, I know I'm a girl, but I mean that in general, other than me. Okay. We got some misogyny to unpack here.
Hi ha.
Not if she was cringe.
I mean, you kind of get some background on Jay as to why she thinks like that in chapter 2. It's not disclosed yet.
After all, girls are always so vain and obsessed with dumb crap like fashion and makeup, and they never get to do anything cool like rough up weirdos with their fists.
You're talking to the wrong girl. I feel like RA would do all of those things.
Yeah, she is a mean girl after all, but like, I don't know, talk with Terako, she doesn't look like she cares about makeup or fashion.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of do see Jay hovering around Terako, and I think that's partly the reason. Because, like, oh, you're not like other girls, you're rough and tumble, and I appreciate it. That's the vibe I get anyway.
Just unpacking a bit of internalized misogyny. It's alright.
Oh, I see. You're one of those girls who thinks she's so cool for not being like other girls. I was totally right to classify you as a cool and suave wannabe boy.
Shut up.
No, that's not it.
I don't get it at all, though. All that stuff you're complaining about is super cool.
Yeah, of course.
Being a girl is the best. Because you can be super cute and you can manipulate clueless loser guys to do whatever you want. And you can trick people into thinking you're weak and then backstab them later.
Okay, I have to say it. She is definitely mean lesbian because I know friends that, like, are lesbians or, like, were identified as lesbians for a long time, and they actually thought like this. It's like, it's so easy to manipulate men, and I was like, hello?
Okay.
And it was just like, hello? Well, it's because they've always had bad experiences with men, so I understood why they said it like that, but it was just like, hello? Are you okay?
Ay. The hell? None of that is appealing. You listed a bunch of character flaws.
You need to try it, being a true girly girl. Then you'll realize how wrong you are.
I do not want to see that, actually.
I like Jay the way she is.
Yes. Did you just call her a pussy? Okay.
Yes, she did. That's a pretty common RA line. You'll hear it a lot.
I'll tie you down and force you to wear maid dresses and bunny suits until you change your mind.
Oh jeez, run, run.
I can't see Jay in a maid dress, but I can see Jay in a butler outfit or a bunny suit just fine because, in my opinion, bunny suits are gender neutral. Sorry for those who don't agree, but I think they're gender neutral.
I mean, technically, considering how often I have seen the exact same bunny suits being worn by female and male characters, yeah.
Yeah, just my brain equates them to gender neutral now. It doesn't equate it to women only.
No, please no.
Son of a bitch.
I have tried the whole girly girl lifestyle, okay? And it was fucking awful. That's why I'm butch now. All my life, my annoying mom always made me wear dresses and forced me to act feminine.
Oh, it does give the backstory here, okay. She talks about it again later too, but yeah.
Oh, I hate her. She's all like, Julia, swearing isn't ladylike. Wear makeup every day. Don't cut your hair short. No one will marry you if you look like a guy. Yeah, I can see why she's overcorrecting now.
Yeah, Cyril, I'm gonna show Rina that picture later. There's a few pictures I'm gonna show her later.
Meanwhile, my brother never had to suffer through this shit and my mom left him alone. That's unfair as hell. I was always so jealous of him. But yeah, that would suck.
That sounds like the best. If your mom shows you with attention and neglects your siblings, isn't that ideal? That means you're the favorite child. Who doesn't want to be the favorite?
You are so optimistic on that.
Alright, not all relationships with parental units are the same, my friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aw, I'm jealous.
No, it sucks total donkey shit and ass.
Oh, I understand. Since you're an adult now, you're upset that you don't get attention from your parents anymore, so I'll give you tons of attention to make up for it.
Ooh.
It's decided. I'm going to bully you every day.
What's wrong with you?
You are having so much fun, Ari. Oh my god.
Ari's threatening her with what she believes is a good time, and Jay's like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah. I am hell. Did I die and go to hell without noticing? Is this my punishment?
Where to start with you? You're ticklish, aren't you? Do you want to be tickled?
No, I'm not ticklish. Why are you asking?
Alright, are you trying to threaten her with a good time? What's wrong with you?
She just wants to touch her.
Yeah.
Don't be silly. I tickled your tummy earlier and you got all weird. You're definitely super ticklish.
That makes me headcanon that Jay is the responsive kind of ticklish, where if you tickle her, that, like, she fucking, like, lashes out and almost punches you. Like, just her limbs flail. Because, like, she fucking knocked RA over. That's hilarious.
Yeah, though I do understand Ari's sentiment a little. I am also the type of person who will try to tickle the person next to them when bored.
I don't have a tickle response anymore.
That's sad.
I built an immunity. I don't know how I did it. I think it was just because I got tired of my parents trying to do it all the time, and so, like, I just gradually built an immunity. I can no longer be tickled. I am untouchable.
May my sister never developed that immunity.
Damn.
I need to pass my boredom somehow.
Fair.
Come here, I'll tickle you until you laugh so hard that your heart stops. Then I defibrillate you and tickle you some more. Tickle, 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 tickle.
Interesting way of saying this.
Totally normal behavior.
Yeah. Get away from me!
Don't even try to run. Come over here so I can attack your weak points. I chased Jay around for a long time until she ran into her room and locked me out.
Oh, you too, Risa? That's funny.
Actually, I totally could have caught her, seeing as I'm away by the athlete on her, but it's funnier if I let her believe she can win against me.
Wow, totally normal behavior, alright.
Yeah, totally normal.
Teehee! Jay is so fun to play with. And to be honest, she won't admit it, but I can tell she likes me.
Okay, alright.
Because the whole time we were talking, she could have left at any time, but she stayed and kept chatting with me. Super tsan-tsan.
Ay.
Totally normal.
So I'm gonna hang out with Jay some more, I'll bully her further, I'll make sure she never gets to have a break from my teasing for the rest of her life.
Gay.
Wow.
That's the gayest thing you have said.
Risa. Yeah, that scans.
Oh boy, we're already getting a lot of characters I do here.
I told you.
Got a drink. Yeah. Oh gosh, she's not dead, is she? Hey, are you dead? Hello? I reached down and gently put my ear to her chest. Oh, she's breathing, and I can hear her heartbeat as well. It sounds healthy, which is good. She must be sleeping. Rose?
Yeah.
Rose. Ah, me.
Me. She's a murmur.
Yeah. You should wake up. It's not safe to sleep in the middle of the hall like this.
Please wake up, Rose. Should I shake her? Would she be mad at me if I woke her up?
Honestly, Nico is me in this situation. I wouldn't know what to do.
Hmm.
I would just lightly poke someone's face and hope that it works, and if it doesn't, I would just sit there and be like, what the fuck do I do here?
Yeah.
No, Rose doesn't get mad. She won't be mad. I carefully put my hands on her shoulder and shake her softly.
Huh?
Cat, I need to see
Oh.
art of that.
Hmm.
I don't know
Oh.
why no one else has had that brain cell. That's an excellent brain cell, and I need to perceive it.
Oh yeah, Nico and Gin would be perfect together.
They're both they both are very autistic too.
Hmm.
Like, Gin is confirmed autistic, but Nico is very heavily coded to be,
Hmm.
and also kind of admits it, not like directly, but says it in a way like that are symptoms of autism that lead the viewer to believe, oh, you're autistic, okay. It's more explained in chapter 2, especially when Nico discloses their gender. But yeah, I was just like, huh, okay. So yeah.
Ah, you're awake. Good morning.
So,
It's noon. You shouldn't sleep in the hallway. It's dangerous. Lots of people walk by here. What if someone steps on you?
yeah.
Ah, you're right. I'll go to my bedroom and nap then. What's wrong? It's not good for humans to sleep throughout the day. I don't think that's healthy.
She's got to go on power saving mode, Nico. Let it happen.
No, I know for a fact that it's not healthy.
Makes sense.
You're probably right. Okay, let's go to the dining hall and grab a snack. She gets up and starts walking off without waiting for a response. Wait up!
Honestly, Ha and Riza, I felt the same way, and I think that was part of the point of what Dev was doing. Was trying to give you two messages in the same scene. That's how I interpreted it, honestly.
When I catch up with her at the dining table, I see that she's seated herself at the table. At the dining hall. Meh. I pull make a chair 2 seats away from her and sit down as well. Even though she said she was going to grab a snack, there's no sign of food anywhere on the table. She's staring off into space. Did she even notice me sitting down? She glances my way for a few seconds, then she resumes staring off into space. And this way, we sit in silence for a few minutes.
This is a very neurodivergent introvert energy
Sorry.
between these two.
Sorry, I must really be boring you. Huh?
I mean,
We've been sitting and not talking for hours.
It's already been
Hours?
hours?
I think Rose's concept of time is just fucked.
That could be it. Ah. Yeah.
It's only been a few minutes actually. Even then. It's okay, it's really nice actually. I'm really bad at talking. Every time I try and talk to people, it's really awkward because I don't know what to say or I say the wrong thing.
Yeah, parallel play for the win.
Yee.
Best stuff.
But I feel okay sitting in silence with you. Ah, I see. That's nice. I'm glad to hear it. she goes back to staring at the wall.
I mean, you
Power
basically...
saving mode.
Yeah,
Low
and...
power mode. This is low power mode.
And Nico just
She's
gave the
awake.
okay.
Yeah, Nico's like, alright. It's fine.
That's
At least I
right.
don't have to say things.
If I was doing this with anyone else, the air would turn unbearably awkward, and I would constantly worry about if I was being off-putting because of the silence. But I feel very comfortable sitting with Rose, and she seems comfortable too. It's not awkward at all.
Chillin'.
It feels like we're enjoying each other's presence without needing to exchange words. Like cats do. Like my pet cat, Tractor.
Tractor is such an interesting name for a pet.
Yeah, especially because in Germany you usually give your pets like normal names. I mean, there's still pet names that are typical, but you do not name your pets after like objects or things and stuff.
Rina, I have something to tell you. That is not how it is over here. Over here, you name your cat after literally anything. The more out of pocket it is, the better. Especially for any pet, actually. That's just what the people in the US do.
I mean, I had a pet rabbit and named him Lunas, and my mother was just like, what the fuck is that name? And then I went to the vet and he also said, what the fuck is that name? So...
Amazing. Germans are very different from Americans. Confirmed. Been confirmed.
They take the doggies and the catties very seriously.
Understandable. Not here, we sure don't. Gotta give them silly names.
Tractor. I miss Tractor. I'm sorry to hear.
Sorry, cat, what? What was the cat name?
8 words?
Okay, so this reminds me of a YouTuber that has this really fluffy orange cat that like specializes in posting shorts, and I shit you not, she named her cat Walfasar Fulfarfasar Fi Fulfulfasar the Third.
Sure. Okay.
And his whole thing is he's like a cursed little wizard, and his triangular shape is how he gets his power, and like him staring at you is him eating your soul.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Like the farming vehicle? No, my cat Tractor. He purrs really loudly like a tractor. That's why he's named Tractor. He's my best friend. He used to be really mischievous, but now that he's old, he's a lot more relaxed.
Oh, cat, that's so normal. I know. I've heard all the time that people just give their cats ridiculous royal names, and it's really funny. Hi, Cyril. I just said that. That is the cat I'm talking about. Congrats.
So many interesting cat names, though I am already used to it thanks to social media.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, we give pets normal names.
I miss all the other cats too. I wonder how they're doing without me. I wonder if they miss me too.
But
Being around you makes me feel better though, because you remind me of cats. Huh? How so? You're quiet and you don't talk, and the way you are right now, it's like cats. Cats are okay if they sit with people in the same room, not interacting. Simply existing in the same space, not needing to interact, but knowing that the other's presence contributes to the warm feeling of companionship.
And also, Rose doesn't hold eye contact is the other thing, which is a very cat behavior too.
A lot of people don't understand this. As long as you're with someone else, they feel like you have to do something, whether that be talking or doing some activity. Yeah. It's like that. You're very cat-like in your behavior. You're kind of like a cat too.
Look at this.
You're skittish, like a shy kitten. You act like a cat in a lot of ways. And also, aren't these tufts of hair on your head kind of like the ears of a cat? She reaches out and absentmindedly pets my hair.
Oh.
Thank you. You guys are sure having an interaction right now. Very soft.
Thank you.
Neurodivergent communication.
It's too scary to go to the hairdresser, so I cut my hair myself. But I'm really bad at it, so it usually comes out like this, but I'm glad you like it. Oh, it looks like she's going to fall asleep again.
Or saving mode.
If I don't continue this conversation, she might fall asleep again. Are you really okay with being so awkward?
Okay.
Nico and your lack of filter, my guy. My dude. Buddy, my pal. This is not how you do it.
That's blunt. That's not what I meant.
This is such a mood, though. I'm so ridiculously blunt that people are like, Yen, why do you say it like that? And I'm like, how do you want me to say it?
I mean, that is blunt, but it's not that unusual. Like, especially social people will be like so blunt, you're kind of just making your eyes go wide over here. I mean, just Friday I was told to my face, wow, it's quite amazing how we have shared the same university for so long, but yet no one remembers you. I was told that to my face.
Rina, that's also a very, from what I understand from talking with you, that's also just how Germans socialize, from what I understand from what you've told me. Over here in the USA, if you're not neurodivergent, people are very roundabout in how they talk to you. They're never fucking direct, and it drives me insane.
Must be hard to live like that.
It's terrible. I don't belong here. I need to leave.
I mean, even if it's just in the small things, if you guys ever ask me how I'm doing or what's up, how I'm feeling, then I will tell you what is actually going on in my life. I will not do the I'm fine, okay type of dance. Though I know that Americans mean something very different with that question.
It's a small talk question just to break ice, and most people don't expect an actual answer. And I hate that because I'm just like, what? Yeah.
I mean, it's also a small talk question in Germany, but you actually expect to hear what the other person has been going on about, how they're feeling, and interesting stuff that happened in their life. That's like normal here.
Yeah, what Kat said, basically people are very roundabout and they're just not direct. Like, they think it's to spare your feelings or that's how social works, but it's so... I don't understand why it's common over here, it's dumb. Anyway.
Oh no, I messed up. I said something rude. No, she's going to hate me. She'll yell at me and...
Nah, I don't think Rose would ever yell at anyone.
Makes sense.
You're right, though. I am pretty awkward.
I love how Rose just owns it. She doesn't care.
Oh, right. Rose is really easygoing. I need to stop worrying about upsetting her because she won't get mad.
Yeah.
Rose is chilling. She doesn't give a fuck.
Yup.
I need to keep reminding myself she won't be mad at me. It's okay to speak my mind. She won't be mad. I mean, you're awkward like me, right? I am a really awkward person. Because it's hard to make conversation. Because you zone out a lot and don't say a lot, I think you're awkward to... People think you're awkward to talk to, too. I guess. I know that I'm kind of weird. Sometimes I frustrate people when they try to talk to me, because I don't pay attention to what they're saying.
Rose is like, that information is not relevant for me to remember it, so...
But I guess I don't really mind.
Rose
Why?
voice, I don't care.
Yeah.
Why? Are you really okay with people getting frustrated with you?
Rose voice again, I don't care.
Think about it.
I'm kind of airheaded, I guess. To be honest, I don't really notice if people judge me. I guess I end up ignoring it.
What's the big deal?
If people think I'm weird, it is what it is.
Yeah. The best way to handle it.
Ah, I see. I wanted to know if you had any advice on how to not worry people thinking you're awkward. It happens to me all the time. You're the only person I can ask advice about this, because you're the only person who understands what it's like. If I asked anyone else, they would give me advice on how to properly carry a conversation.
That's true.
But that's not really the kind of advice I'm looking for. It's impossible for me to change the way I am.
If you say that to neurotypical people, they will just tell you that it's not impossible. You can try if you try hard enough and stuff. Yeah. I have no idea whether I'm neurotypical typical or not, but I'm also just like, I don't want to do stupid small talk, and I also don't talk to people I don't know.
I don't think you're neurotypical. You don't give the vibe.
Vibe checked.
It's not even just, how do I say this? Like, most neurotypical people don't get super interested in media for multiple years. That makes sense. Like, they'll enjoy a thing for a short amount of time and then they'll move on to something else. And they'll be like, oh yeah, I looked at that at some point. That was cool. But they won't be as heavily invested as people who might have autism or ADHD or whatever you get diagnosed with. It's neither here nor there. Like, they don't hyperfix like neurodivergents do. So, and not enough to like want to make whole alternate universes of a fictional media. So, just putting that out there. That's not a thing neurotypicals normally do.
Sometimes the lines are blurry.
Yeah.
At least my therapist couldn't ever diagnose me. I never got enough points on any tests.
You also come from a completely different region, though, so a lot of y'all's social interactions are kind of how people with autism talk all the time. It's kind of hard to even properly diagnose that when you literally come from a region where that is the norm.
Yeah, that's it could be that we are
did not apply to you.
Yeah, we are stricter on those things.
Yeah, exactly. So like it would be hard to place you anyway because like you come from a region that is just naturally blunt and has different societal norms than the USA does. So most of the behaviors that fall into that category are just things that Germans do, from what I understand from what you've told me. So I'm like, it wouldn't matter. Like, they wouldn't be able to diagnose you in that way, even if it did apply to you. So like, okay.
The mysteries.
Yeah.
I once read a post that said, there's a reason why autism was first discovered in Germany.
Interesting. That's funny. Wow. Okay.
But I don't know much more about that, so... Moving on.
Yeah.
No matter how hard I try, whatever I talk, all my thoughts get jumbled up, and I can't properly communicate my feelings.
Okay, but that is really cool to actually have like a fictional character you like on your medical record.
Yeah.
That is actually... That's really cool.
Yeah. It's like, this person has a hyperfixation on this fictional character. This is definitely autism behavior. Yeah. That's pretty normal.
Man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just an awkward person who struggles to talk to others properly. I can't fix that about myself, so that kind of advice doesn't help.
Yeah.
What I really need is advice to not be so afraid for when people end up judging me.
I guess.
But I guess even though you're awkward like I am, you aren't scared of anything. I guess you can't help me that much.
Not really.
That's not really true. Huh? What's not true? That I'm not scared of anything.
You know.
I guess it's true that I'm not scared of social situations, if that's what you're always worried about. Then you might end up thinking I am infallible. But to be honest, I'm really scared of myself.
Oh.
Scared of yourself? Of course. With this memory of mine, I'm scared of the things I know, the things I can't forget, the things I might do.
Yeah, trauma really never goes away then. You cannot forget it.
Yeah.
Passage of time is of no use for you then.
I mean, she even said earlier, like, man, sorry we've been sitting here for a few hours. Nico, it's been a few minutes. What do you mean?
That is... I understand what she means. We're in a killing game after all. Even though this whole scenario feels unreal, even though no one has killed yet, everyone here probably is afraid of themselves and what they might end up doing. Come to think of it, the thought of that is really scary.
Ooh, me.
Rose, don't sleep!
Huh?
Mia.
Never mind.
Okay, I give up. I can't stop you from falling asleep. When we get out of here, please see a doctor, because this isn't normal. Let's go to your room. At least if you fall asleep there, it won't be dangerous.
Man, just inviting yourself to Rose's room, Nico? Normal.
Yeah. Not thinking about that at all right now, probably.
They really aren't.
Okay.
Please carry me. don't think I can do that. Just lean on my shoulder. I escorted her back to her room and made sure she properly locked her door before I left. She is rather careless, after all. Oh, I forgot to thank her before I sent her off.
She's not gonna care, Nico. It's fine.
I was going to thank her for hanging out with me. I really enjoyed her presence.
I am starting to understand now why this ship is popular, though. It makes more sense.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lot in common, are very good to each other.
Like, chemistry-wise, or at least dynamic-wise for any chemistry between them here, it does work. Whether you want to see it as platonic or romantic, like, it does work. I just kind of don't care, personally. Cute in theory.
I'm sure that even if I don't tell her in words, she'll understand regardless.
On the same communication wavelength.
Ui. Rather low chance of selection.
Charles!
Thank God I'm finally not alone.
Charlie! She!
You're annoying me.
Silence. Why do you keep bothering me?
Can I have some?
Stop talking.
Quit speaking in vague terms. What do you want?
Jeez.
Jeez, for a guy who calls me stupid all the time, you sure are playing real dumb right now.
Duh.
I want the thing you're making, duh. Coffee! I want some. What else would I be talking about?
I am not like Wit. I cannot drink coffee.
Absolutely not.
I like it sometimes. I do not want to be
It's not that I
dependent.
don't like it, it just gives me panic attacks, unfortunately. I'm too caffeine sensitive.
Yeah. For me,
I can drink.
I just don't want to be dependent on it.
Valid.
Absolutely not. This is not for you.
Come on.
Please, I'm super curious, because I see you making this stuff all the time.
Calm down.
I fail to understand why you would be so interested in simple coffee. Do you really have nothing better to do all day than bother me?
Please? Come on, I won't annoy you for an entire day if you share some with me.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Literally.
Here's the cup. Now keep your word and leave.
Charles is like, you'll leave? God bless here.
Hey.
Mission success!
Oh, Charles. So naive to believe him.
Charles begrudgingly passes a styrofoam cup across the counter for me to pick up. I eagerly sniff the contents. Smells like coffee.
What were you thinking it was?
Yep, it's totally coffee. 100% without a doubt, this is definitely coffee. Yep, it's coffee. I'm sure of it.
You must really like coffee.
After making sure it isn't burning hot to the touch, I take a small sip and... It's awful. So bitter. I know coffee is meant to be bitter, but this is like a bad breakup. I retract my promise.
Wow.
Wit, just add some fucking milk, you heathen. Hi, Barn!
Hello. Arsenic juice.
Shut up.
Of course it is. It's instant coffee. There's no coffee maker in the kitchen, so I'm resigned to put up with this sludge every day.
Damn.
Wow. You guys have sugar in here, don't you?
They say the amateur tennis player blames the sun in his eyes, or the amateur chemist blames rotting chemicals.
Wrap it up, will ya?
Shut up! First of all, that ladder thing is a legitimate issue for concern. You gotta check when it expires.
Yeah. Bad things could happen.
Yeah. And I would like to see you try and make a decent coffee out of something that has Mono TV's face on the packaging.
That's a valid fucking point. Mono TV coffee, what the fuck? Mono TV instant coffee, what the hell?
Ew. Probably.
Disgusting.
I'll have you know that I can brew fantastic coffee, if only I had a coffee maker and quality beans.
Charles Coffee Snob confirmed?
Huh?
You actually make good coffee? I'm surprised.
Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean? Of course I can.
I mean, you totally don't seem like the kind of dude to know his way around the kitchen. Can you even cook?
He survives.
Survives.
That's a no, huh?
Forget it.
So, what do you want to say about it? Unremarkable household skills like that aren't important nor necessary.
Okay, Charles, you and me need to have a long discussion about that shit. There's no
That's
way.
whack.
No way, dude. Cooking is super important. If you only eat microwave chicken nuggets for every meal, you'll get scurvy or something. We're all gonna end up with serious vitamin D deficiencies eventually, since there's no sun in this place, but that doesn't mean you should skimp on the A's, the B's, or the C's either.
Oh, thank you, Barn. I'll have something to send you later then, because I have shit that I need help with. Yeah.
Thank you, Ban. Not this conversation again. Yeah, you're getting clowned on by everyone for your lack of cooking skills.
I clown on Charles just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Again? Did someone else chew him out for not knowing how to cook? Let me guess. It was Terrico. That's hilarious.
Indeed it is. There's nothing impressive about cooking. I could learn the basics within an hour if I wanted to. It's simply a matter of me setting aside the necessary time, except I have better things to do.
Okay, Kat, the idea of Charles burning pasta is hilarious.
I probably shouldn't say anything about that since I've never made pasta before.
Rina?
I mean, unless my favorite food also counts as pasta, but I'm not sure. Well, there are noodles in it. I can do that. I've never tried much cooking though.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not in the kitchen much either, but that's just because I have some personal reasons for that, but okay.
I mean, I am.
Barn's chewing you out. Sorry, Barn has like a whole culinary background, not like somewhat not like culinary school professional, but he's done cooking jobs before, so of course he's outraged at this.
I mean, I've made gratin before. I think that's what it's called in English. I like that a lot, but not like spaghetti. I've never made spaghetti before. What have I made before? Gratin, mostly. Yeah, I make a lot of gratin. And microwave food, of course. I can do that.
Rina, Rina, pasta is you get water. Put pasta in pot. You let it boil. You stir occasionally. You add a little bit of salt to make the water boil faster. It's like 3 instructions.
I mean, I will probably manage to do that when I tried, but I have never done that before, so I cannot comment on it.
I see. Okay.
I have messed up gratin before, though. Tragic.
Bruh. Okay.
You don't already know the basics, though. That's an issue. Aren't you an adult? Didn't your parents teach you how to do these things?
I can survive, though, on my own.
Fair.
Wait a second, I missed something.
He said no. That's it.
Ah. No.
Jeez, your parents are real slackers. Teaching you how to cook is like the #1 job of parents. That and teaching their kids where babies come from.
Oh yes, I know the scene. The scene's funny.
Oh no. All my parents did is clown on me for not being able to cook. That's what my parents like to do.
That is a testament considering you're Italian.
I mean, if you do pasta a lot, then I would assume that it's possible to burn it.
It is.
Once?
It's just yeah. I was making joke.
Hmm.
was making a tiny little stab. Anyway.
Charles, you do know what sex is, right?
Oh no.
You're annoying me.
Did your parents teach you to be this annoying?
He avoided the question!
With no. Down, boy. I'm terribly sorry that my parents didn't find it necessary to teach me how to cook, unlike yours.
Still dodging it. Okay, Charles.
Well, that's... Huh? What are you talking about? Anyways, Cece, it's never too late to start. Since we're stuck in here for who knows how long, there's no better time than to pick up new skills. I'm sure a 10-star...
Oh man. Oh man. I don't know what that censored word is. Oh man. I don't know enough cooking terminology to know what this fucking says.
And well, we sure cannot ask me.
Yeah, I know. Understandable, Barn.
There's no better time to pick up new skills. I'm practically a 10-star chef, so I can teach you.
Michelin? Okay. Y'all know more cooking lingo than me. I don't know what the fuck that means. Okay, people, God. 3 of you answer this question.
I also have no idea what that means.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Barn, shut up. I'm not in the kitchen enough, and you know exactly why. I've told you why.
I don't recall ever asking you, of all people, for help with anything other than losing my patience.
Charles.
Come on.
No, I don't know what that... What? Why? What? Guys! Neither of us are in a kitchen much. What does it mean? Okay. Thank you, Kat.
Alrighty.
Christ. Alright. Last time I asked Chad a question about a fucking censored word.
I'm serious, since you don't eat the communal meals and you can't cook, I bet you're getting tired of sandwiches and salads all day. Isn't there some food that you really want right now?
Oh, a fucking rating scale. Okay. Okay, fancy pantses. Alright. Thank you, Barn. I'll look at it later. Oh, I fucking worked in food service, but I've never heard this term. Okay. Thanks, guys.
I just remembered that I once made scrambled eggs.
Yeah, the eggs are like one of the easiest things to learn.
I have done 2 dishes in my life.
You should learn how to make an omelet. They're really easy too, as long as you don't overload them.
I like scrambled egg more.
There.
That's true, I suppose. I'd like to make pancakes. Pancakes shouldn't be
Charles has a
hard.
sweet tooth.
I can teach you how to make pancakes. They're super easy. The trick is making the batter and...
I said I don't need your help.
All of a sudden, Charles yelled at me. It felt like something in the air had snapped. He was genuinely angry in a way that I didn't know he was capable of being.
Charles, do you know how to make pancake batter? I don't know.
I think he's just cranky.
I'm not stupid, Wit. Not stupid in a way I know you think I am.
Oh, it's an inferiority thing. Okay.
Ah. You claim you're going to help me, but isn't this another excuse for you to ridicule me as you always do?
Yeah, Wit is the best chef on cast, confirmed. In, Dev's Q&As.
Huh?
Did you already forget what happened earlier today in the laundry room? You were really enjoying yourself turning me into a laughingstock in front of Terako. Ooh.
You don't like being looked down on, do you, Charles?
Relatable.
Yeah, I mean, most people would agree. Does anyone?
About the laundry stuff... At the time, I only wanted to make Terako smile. I thought if I could make her laugh, I could see her smile. I want other people to be happy, that's all.
Of course.
Of course you do. But only if those people are Terako or RA or anyone else. When it comes to me, I'm nothing more than an object of mockery to use to make other people feel better about themselves. Charles is not wrong.
I think Charles is also misinterpreting Wit's intentions. I think Wit is just not making himself clear about... Probably views what he's doing with Charles as, like, close and affectionate, but Charles does not view it that way, is probably what's happening here.
Yeah. Though, it makes me more inclined to side on Charles's opinion.
No, I
because...
completely understand Charles' point of view. I just don't think Wit meant it that way.
Is that not it? I'm done with this conversation. Enjoy your coffee.
Coffee cup still in my hands was starting to grow cold. I don't think I should drink it. Better things should just go down the drain. Charles was right. I didn't understand him at all, and acted without thinking, like I always do, but... Now that I know how he feels, I'll definitely help him in the future.
Try to, like, bond first, yeah?
Hey, Charles! Charles is almost at the door, but he pauses when I call out to him. You're right.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. If you're upset that I made Terako smile at your expense, then I'll make up for that by finding some way to see your smile too.
Wit's pan, by the way. No, wait, he's bi. He's bi. He's canonly bi. It's Veronica who's pansexual.
And... You might tell me I'm stupid for saying this, but we're going to become good friends one day.
Interesting thing to say.
After all, that's what my intuition is telling me. Charles doesn't respond. There's no indication that he heard me. His back is turned to me, so I can't see his face, nor what expression he's making. After a few seconds of silence, he leaves without saying a word. Okay, time for bonus episodes.
Sure, mostly voice acted, thank God.
Thank God. That was tiring.
It's okay, you probably won't have to talk at all for both of these.
Alrighty.
Hey. Hey! Are you seriously zoning out again?
Fancy
Come on, pay
UI.
attention. Eyes on me. Jeez. And you're the one who asked me to help you study for this test.
Sorry. I was just distracted looking at the sky. Look, it's really pretty.
Cyril, that's partially
Stop
right.
wasting my time.
Heriko is explicitly unlabeled. Like, that is actually a label in the LGBT. So, yeah. Don't get that confused. As someone who's unlabeled, I like that that representation is there, and a lot of people get it confused. But yeah, the rest are correct. See you later, cat.
Bye-bye. Puppy cheek.
I'm not here to watch you look at clouds all day.
Sorry.
And also, David
sorry.
prefers
I'll
women, or leans more towards women. He is bi. In
Pay
denial
attention.
about it.
Since you're not taking this seriously yet, how about I quiz you?
A quiz? Now? But I'm not ready.
That's okay. Simply trying to recall information will help you memorize this topic better. Try your best, okay? Then I can help you with the topics you need to work more on. Besides, the test topic is the history of Hope's Peak Academy. You can't be completely ignorant.
You're so disciplined and smart. I wish I was like you.
Question 1. How did Hope's Peak get introduced to the US?
Well,
Hey, put your textbook away! Don't cheat. Just think, okay? Take your time.
I think the original Hope's Peak always had international acclaim, right? Since they would take foreign students every once in a while, people outside of Japan did know what it was. But it wasn't super big internationally until after the tragedy.
Correct. Keep going. What about the tragedy?
It was bad. A lot
It
of
was
people
bad.
died, and everything got super messed up, or something.
Getting colder.
There were a lot of bears for some reason.
Can you tell me how this relates to Hope's Peak Academy?
Oh, right. Hope's Peak. Yeah, I totally forgot.
Did you seriously forget what you're studying for that quickly?
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's see. When it was over, Japan rebuilt Hope's Peak Academy. The Ultimates, back then called super high school level students, who graduated from that new school, helped to rebuild the world exactly as it was before the tragedy happened.
First of all, big mistake. Why would you rebuild that cursed school? Second of all, I see super high school level A. Someone of the old school belief system.
Yeah, so, Dev goes into this, but Dev explicitly says that DRTT is in no way related to canon DR at all. Like, you'll see, like, an occasional stab reference, but, like, there's actually no relation whatsoever. But yeah.
I like the super high school level shout out though.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a very vague reference.
I mean, I'm more familiar with the original Danganronpa's translation on the Something Awful forum and the PSP patch, so it's more familiar to me than Ultimates.
Fair enough.
As everyone had hoped, the world had ultimately changed so little that it was like we could forget the tragedy ever happened.
Good. Keep going.
Oh, am I on the right track? Those graduates of Hope's Peak helped rebuild destroyed cities, restore society, and instill a sense of hope back into the world. Because of that, the entire world admired them. Those young people who were the best of their talents were saviors to everyone. So, the US thought Hope's Peak Academy was super cool and built their own. That way, they could have ultimates too. And it's not totally the same as the one in Japan, but at its core, it's an academy to foster young people who are the best of the best in their fields. Although, I guess that's where the similarities end. The US Hope's Peak Academy takes in college-age students, and there's 2 of them, and we have this really weird curriculum, and there's a bunch of other things, and that's it. That's all I remember.
Yep, that's pretty much the reason why the tragedy happened, due to inequality and oppression of the reserve course students, basically, yeah, taking their money, leaving them out to dry.
Yeah.
And of course, Junko Enoshima bullshit.
True. I don't remember nothing about canon at all. I'm just going off whatever the fuck you two are saying.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes?
You absolutely have not studied enough.
Ugh. The test is too soon. There's no way I'll have enough time. I'm totally going to fail.
Relax, okay? Do you remember that saying that goes, study smarter, not harder?
How do I study smarter?
First of all, you need to remember years. Test writers love to ask you for dates. It's a common question to trip up students who didn't study. Remember that we're East Class 27, so that means that Hope's Peak is how many years old?
27 years, right?
Correct. That means that Hope's Peak was founded in this country in 20... And
Bleep.
if you encounter a question that asks you to write an essay, just talk about how prestigious and incredible it is to be an ultimate at the best academy in the world. Butter your practice
Understandable,
up,
Barn.
if you know what I mean. I'll eat that right up.
You're so...
Hard-headed? Well, it's what I do.
so cool!
Cool?
Hey, flustered.
She looks around confusedly. Who are you looking for? I'm obviously talking to you.
Yeah! You're so cool! You know exactly how to take tests in the most efficient way possible! Isn't that cool? You really are a super incredible ultimate student!
Yeah, that's all I'm good for, I suppose. Nothing but a student.
You know a lot of stuff.
She sounds down even though I praised her.
In any case, the material you should focus on the most is...
Is there something on your mind? I can't ignore the somber way you sounded right now. Min, it's okay if you tell me.
Sorry. I didn't want to offend you, but I feel like I'm wasting my time doing this.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have bothered you to help me study.
No, I mean, the both of us are wasting our time. Look what our classmates are doing now. They're ultimates too. They're all doing things relevant to their career, if not actually out working. Once they graduate, they'll be more than ready to get a job in their respective fields. And what are we doing? We're preparing you for some stupid high school level history tests that neither of us will remember in a month. Does it actually matter what year Hope's Peak Academy was founded? How is that information going to help any of us in the future?
True, true.
I'm sorry.
This is how I felt about math in school.
I've been so unsure these days of what I've been doing with my life. In this country, being an ultimate means more than going to Hope's Peak Academy. It's a high mark of prestige that you keep after graduation. A sign that you're going to be the best in your profession that the world has ever seen. But I've got no career path laid out for me. I can't help but compare myself to all my classmates who have real ultimate talents, and wonder what I'm going to do with my life when I graduate.
Hang on. Real ultimate talent? You're the ultimate student! I mean, it's not like you're a lucky student who was picked by lottery. Ultimate student is absolutely a real talent.
No, it's not. Seeing as you aren't very knowledgeable about Hope's Peak, you probably don't know how I got my talent, right? There's a difference between me and every other ultimate.
Huh?
Tell me, what makes someone an ultimate? How are ultimates chosen by Hope's Peak Academy?
The Academy's talent scouting branch finds distinguished high schoolers who have incredible potential and some talent, right?
That's exactly right. That's why I'm not a real ultimate. After all, I was never scouted by the Academy.
I don't quite understand. Then how are you here?
What do you think a student does to be enrolled into a school? I took a test, and I passed. 13 years ago, Hope's Peak Academy announced the ultimate contest for eminent students. I suppose for someone like you who doesn't care much about Hope's Peak and who, no offense, would never be eligible for the contest with such average grades, it's plausible that you wouldn't have heard of it. At the time, the Academy declared that 12 years later, when I would be 17, anyone enrolled in high school at the time who met certain requirements would be eligible to take a test. It was a single comprehensive test that covered all kinds of subjects, to be taken across the nation simultaneously by eligible high schoolers, and there was only one chance to take it. Whoever got the highest score on this test nationwide would be awarded the talent of Ultimate Student, and would be able to enroll in the Academy when they graduated. I don't quite remember it because I was very young, but my family used to be quite poor. Poor enough that the ultimate contest was nothing more than a blip in the back of my parents' minds. But one day, we were visited by the founder of that big company, XF Tour Tech. He told my parents that he would sponsor me and pay for all of our expenses.
You know? So that means there have been other ultimate students before, yeah? I would recommend Minden to go search for them and see what they are doing now.
All he asked in return was that in 12 years, I would pass the Academy's test and become the ultimate student. And so I did. That's the story of how I got my talent as the ultimate student.
What?
You may not do very well in school, but you're quite sharp. Judging by the look on your face, you're already starting to suspect that something's off about this story, right?
I could feel something building up in my throat. I had already put together the pieces of what Min had been implying this whole time.
That's...
Min knows what I'm going to ask. I can see that look of expectation in her eyes. If I ask her about that part of her story, I may get an answer that I don't want to hear. That's exactly why I have to ask.
Min. Why would Hope's Peak announce this contest 12 years before it would actually take place, when all the would-be contestants are just children?
Because they wanted the contest to hang over the heads of kids like me for 12 years.
Wait. So I misunderstood. It isn't something that was done yearly since it was announced, but it was announced 12 years in advance for just that one moment.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, her execution takes on a whole different meaning of fucked up now, too.
That's just fucked up. Jesus.
From childhood all the way into high school. They wanted to single out those who were obsessive enough to spend their entire lives preparing for this one test from childhood. I don't know why that man would sponsor some random child, nor why it would be me of all people, and I never had the time nor space to figure out the answer to that question. Failure was not something I even considered, because if I failed, then there would be no future for me or my family. I had simply accepted for my whole life that I would be the ultimate student, and I lived my life accordingly. That's why the Academy chose me. To tell the truth, I doubt I was even the top scorer on that test. I'm sure I did amazingly well, but it seems highly unlikely that I was number one in the nation in terms of raw scores. I was selected as the ultimate student not because of my academic performance, nor my intelligence, but because I had grown into their ideal of an ultimate student.
Even more fucked up.
Because of this contest. Because I wanted to win. I'd let my entire life revolve around that one test. My achievement, studying, taking exams, being the top performer in my class. I cut everything else out of my life for that one goal. And that is exactly what they wanted to see. The ultimate contest for eminent students was made for a very specific target audience. Those children who had no talents, who would consider spending their entire lives preparing for one single test for even a chance to become an ultimate. Maybe someone like you who never cared about Hope's Peak wouldn't understand, but it's everyone else's dream to be an ultimate. Being an ultimate means knowing that you're more extraordinary and gifted than anyone else. and knowing that the entire nation trusts you to build their future. In the end, what the Academy wanted wasn't to select the most intelligent student nor the best test taker, but to conduct an experiment to see if someone would force themselves to become the idea of an ultimate for the Academy's sake and succeed.
Oh, the US branch is fucked up. And that's saying something.
It
Considering.
shouldn't surprise you.
Yeah, but. I mean, the old Hope's Peak was also fucked up. But, like, this one is, like, on a whole never manipulative level, it feels.
Rina, it's the US. It shouldn't surprise you.
Yeah.
And I say that as an American.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to think about it that way. Like, there's a point to this as to why it's there.
That's how you got your talent. I am ashamed that I'm only now learning something so important. I'm sorry.
That's exactly why my talent of ultimate student is useless. It only exists because Hope's Peak Academy wants it to. If Hope's Peak never existed, then all my classmates would still have their talents. They would still be athletes and musicians and doctors. But for me, if Hope's Peak never existed, and I never took that test, then I would just be another talentless nobody.
No.
Artificially created talent, eh?
Pretty much.
No, I don't agree.
Huh?
You're not nobody. Even if I pretend that you're not an ultimate, and that we're not both students in Hope's Peak Academy, you're still somebody to me.
You're only saying that to make me feel better.
Ultimates aren't everything. As if I'm only friends with you because of your talent. There's more to you than that. We
Also,
aren't just a
Barn
collection
pretty
of
much
walking
put into
achievements.
words what I wasn't able to. That is exactly the point. That is exactly the point of this.
Why does the US love stress tests? I mean, Germany isn't that much better, but oof. We also have standardized tests.
Our culture over here is a bit weird, and I don't like it. This is part of the reason I don't want to leave. It's definitely not only a USA thing, but it is pretty heavy and stigmatized in the US as like this big fucking thing. But there's this obsession in the USA of like proving that you're better than other people to keep like the class system. And it's not just a financial thing. They do it through intelligence, they do it through other things. It's pretty that's just the best way I can put it. Exhausting.
Yeesh.
And they do it through employment too, so it's yes. Anyway.
And accolades, and things to necessarily be proud of. But all those small things that make us human. All those little quirks about you that you never noticed, or don't think that anyone has noticed. They're what make you so special to me. You're somebody who likes wearing sweaters with oversized sleeves, because you feel cozier that way. You're somebody who loves collecting insects, and you don't care if other girls think it's gross. You're somebody who buys fish-shaped pastries and saves the chocolate-filled ones for me, because you know that those are my favorite. You're somebody to me, Min. So what if you felt you wasted your life trying to become an ultimate? You're only 18. You have so much of your life ahead of you. You haven't wasted anything, and I'm proud of you for all that you've done, even if you're not.
Ooh.
Okay?
I was thinking of saying something embarrassing, but you never laugh at me, so I'm not afraid to say something that embarrassing in front of you. I think I have an idea of what I want to do when I graduate. I think I want to help people somehow, the same way that you're helping me. If I could make others feel the way you make me feel, then maybe I could be happy with myself, and I could forget all about my talent. Maybe I'll become a teacher. I'm not the best at teaching, and I'll never be as good as him, but I want to try.
I'm happy for you, Min.
I smile. I'm glad I could reach out to you, Min. One day you'll definitely help someone else out like you helped me.
Ah! Yeah, nothing tragic sure has happened.
Totally not a DR media.
Okay, that's enough break. Back to studying.
So soon?
You know what else is soon? Your test on Wednesday.
Hmm.
So then, next question.
Wait!
Name all 13 associated universities and give the state they're located in.
Wait! I'm not ready!
That would kill me.
Also, let's do the MV first and then do the last bonus, mostly because the MV applies to Min, and I kind of just want to get Min out of the way. So,
Alrighty.
before we start the MV, all the MVs except for the last one had some sort of cipher in them. This one got solved. I forgot what it said, but if Kat is still here, Kat might be able to give that an explanation. But this one had like a small cipher, and it was actually made between the hiatus of I think it was between chapter 1 and yeah. VAs are very good. Yeah. I think all the VAs in DRDT are fucking excellent. I'm moodies with some of them. They're pretty cool. Yeah. Dev likes to put ciphers and hidden codes and shit in all of their media, as well as like hidden visual symbolism too. Like there's even like little details in some of the videos as you watch them back to give you hints about some of the characters as well. But yeah. Let's watch this.
さっきからうるさい窓閉めてまだ眠らせて独り言は枕元に落ちたまま邪魔くさい寝返りを打つペースが上がった腕がしびれて起きることもないいつまでも夢の中にいられるねえ早く起こしてよ退屈なんだ君がいないとさちげなく過ぎてゆく日々思い出したのはあの日のため息見ないふりしていたのは
Interesting song for her.
Yep. All the character songs are meticulously picked too. To fit the character as best as possible.
さっきからうるさい窓閉めてまだ眠らせて君の言葉枕元に落ちたまま邪魔くさい寝ぼけ眼でジュース飲み干したやかましく怒られることもないいつまでも夢の中を泳げるねえ早く起こしてよ退屈なんだ君がいないとさちげなく過ぎてゆく日々思い出したのはあの日こぼれた君の柔らかな涙胸が痛む さっきからうるさい窓閉めてまだ眠らせて二つ並ぶ枕に残る気配が邪魔くさい退屈なんだ君がいないとさちげなく過ぎてゆく日々思い出したのは
I also like the way Dub does MVs. I think my favorite one's David's, but you can't watch that yet. It's a big spoiler.
Ay.
Listen, Barn, DRDT is based. Favorite fangin, it's good.
It's a
Aside
dream
from
come
Labs.
true.
Yeah, it's good.
But a really
Anyway, now we
interesting
can do the
song
last
choice.
bonus. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad we're saving this one for last. This one's my favorite. There's a lot of symbolism here, and I'm like, very good.
So I must say, I have not seen the cipher in that video.
Eh. Dev used to have a public playlist of all the character songs, but they took it down. It's been remade by a few people so people can keep it, and some people were theorizing which song goes to which character, and that was round before the MV was made for David.
You didn't have to cut.
I do love character songs and the like.
Yeah. Also, look how cute Xander is here.
He has both his eyes.
Yeah, this is before his accident.
And the UI is as fancy as the last one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're very nice for offering to accompany me, but I'm sure you've got much better things to do. I still feel bad for dragging you along like this.
No, it's fine. Don't think you're making me come with you. I'm here because I want to be here. Besides, you get so sulky when you do this. I figure you would need me here anyway.
What? I'm not sulking. I'm not sulking. I'm not sulking.
Excellent fucking expression. Yeah, totally not sulking.
But really, thanks. I truly do appreciate it. You're always thinking about me. I'll make it up to you, really. I'll reimburse your plane ticket and all the other travel fees.
That's silly. I can pay for it myself. Besides, you're letting me stay at your place for a week. So if anything, you're doing me a favor.
That's not it at all. Really, I insist.
It's fine. It's not that expensive. I'll treat you to dinner.
What? No way. Not if I treat you first. I'll buy you something to make it up.
Not if I beat you to it.
Competition?
Hey Barn, excellent catch.
Sorry for the sudden outburst. I've forgotten how fun it was to travel with friends. Thanks for being with me.
The reflection.
The eye's still there, but it's explicitly covered. Just like that, the smile quickly fades from his face.
Are you alright? You seem distracted.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm sorry. That was a dumb thing to say. Of course you're distracted. You probably have too much on your mind right now, given that today is...
I know that I shouldn't, but I really can't stop reading about it.
It?
After all, I'm curious. Can you really blame me? I wanted to know how it felt. I keep searching for some answer that'll make me feel better when no such thing exists. You know, it must have been really painful to die like that.
What?
Just listen, as I thought. I haven't stopped thinking about what happened at North Sea and Cheriton all those years ago.
I read that it was like rotting from the outside in. Your limbs would stop working before your organs did, and you would lie there and feel yourself die and be unable to do anything about it. There was only one dinky, understaffed hospital for miles. One that could barely handle a minor flu outbreak, much less that incident.
Xander...
I read that it took weeks before they even figured out what to do with all the bodies. They left them where they died. After all, there was no one left to move them.
Xander, stop.
It was during May, that time of the year where the temperature quickly grows to be excruciatingly hot. You know what that does to corpses, right? I'm sure the smell was unbearable.
Xander! Stop it! Just stop talking!
My friend, you have issues. I'm sorry.
He's traumatized.
Yeah.
It goes into it, but he's very traumatized.
Like, did you find it?
His family.
He
lost his family while he was studying abroad. And he learned about what happens right before his birthday.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so he's very, very fucking traumatized.
So he's obsessing over it.
Yeah, survivor's guilt will do that to you, won't it?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have brought this up at all.
No, I should be apologizing for yelling at you like that. I didn't mean it.
No, it's my bad. I made you upset. And you'll probably say something like, even so, it's not good for you to obsess over this, so I should probably stop talking about it.
Even so, it's not good for you to... Hey! You're right. I was going to say that it's bad for you if you keep thinking about it. But I can't ask that you stop talking. Because even if you never say another word, you'll still be thinking about it. Some part of me thinks that letting those obsessive thoughts run rampant in your head is way worse than telling someone else about it.
Yeah, like what Ha is saying, turn it into song.
You sure could. Give that man a guitar and set him to work.
Probably very interesting lyrics would emerge out of it, but better than letting them inside your head and rot there.
I mean, listen, he's already got the punk aesthetic going. He should just go all the way and fuck around with the guitar.
Yeah.
That's why I want you to keep talking about it. And I'll try my best to help you manage your thoughts, however bad they might be.
Fun fact, his voice actor actually plays bass.
Well then, fitting. And our unnamed classmate is, I don't know, the ultimate psychiatrist? Therapist?
Unnamed classmate is theorized to be Mai, the redhead that you saw in Teriko's flashback.
Because the way she's behaving is very therapist-like.
I don't think she is that. I think I have very complicated feelings about her. I feel like she doesn't actually have the best intentions. And part of that is because of some other ciphers that Dev has put in anniversary images involving Mai, as well as some other things. There's an anniversary image for the 2-year anniversary for DRDT where it's Terika reaching for Mai's hand, and the cipher decoded to "It's all your fault," like Mai talking to Teriko. And that was released around the time that I think close to Chapter 2's trial. And this isn't a hard spoiler, but like there's a thing that goes around like with character secrets, and one of the character secrets is the killing game is all your fault. So people have equated that to think that it is indirectly Teriko's fault in some way. Yeah, so I don't feel like Mai has the best intentions, honestly. I think she's gaslight gatekeep, maybe. Like fake nice, if that makes sense. Or she just kisses up to everyone. Because we've now seen 2 bonuses where like she's really super close to people. And then like that she kind of like she's able to like sort of like sway their emotions and control it a bit. It's kind of unnerving.
I guess we shall see.
Why I came with you.
Are you sure?
Whatever you want to say, whatever's on your mind, you should say it. I promise I won't yell at you again.
Takes a deep breath.
Now that you're asking me, I suddenly don't know what to say. I just feel bad. I think the worst part of it all was that I wasn't there.
Xander, if you're saying you wish you died, don't.
No, that's not what I meant, and that definitely would have been worse. Nothing but another pitiful waste of a human life. Do you know what I was doing then? While such a large-scale disaster was happening in the States? I was studying for my finals. I was really concerned that if my GPA got too low, I'd lose my scholarship and they'd send me back home. I never even found out what happened in Cheriton until a month later.
Around his birthday.
Joke.
I see. I never knew that, to be honest. I guess that's not the kind of detail that would make it into the news stories.
I was... I was such a stupid fucking kid back then. Always worried about grades and homework and tests. All I wanted was to be a good student, to fit in, and to stay in school. That way I thought I'd make my parents proud and be someone my siblings could look up to. I wish that I had realized back then that there's so much in life that's more important than doing well in school. So what if I fail my final? So what if I can't find the determinant of some random matrix? None of that had any impact on who I am and what I do now. I might as well not have bothered. Being able to sit on my ass and bury my nose in a book was a luxury that I had no right in taking. If I could meet my younger self, I don't know what I'd do. Deck them, maybe.
Oof.
It's possible that things could have been different if you were a different person, Xander, but I don't think things would have been too different. You were, what, a 14-year-old kid at the time? What could you have possibly done, even if you knew beforehand? That river was their only water source. And you know as well as I do how little money anyone had. They couldn't afford to drive to the city for medicine, much less treat their water, much less move out of Sheraton into somewhere better. It's not practical to save everyone. You think that if things were different, if you made different choices, then maybe something would have changed. But sometimes you have to accept that you were young and powerless. I'm sorry if I overstepped my bounds.
No, you're right. It's not like I don't also know that. It's good to have someone remind me, I guess. It really makes me mad how much Duke Sperling got away with. I still want him to suffer more for his selfishness.
Unnamed classmate really gives me therapist vibes though, but kinda like... She isn't...
She comes up as manipulative to me, but that's just because of all the lore that I know.
Yeah, I cannot really see the manipulation yet, but it's... She isn't 100% saying the stuff I would expect a therapist to say. However, she gets really close.
So, there's another fun fact. On Dev's Tumblr page, Dev coded the entirety of their Tumblr profile themselves, by the way. That's no easy feat. So on all of the Tumblr profiles, the quotes change every so often. Each character has a hidden quote. There's a list of them somewhere. I don't have them off the top of my head, but Mai also has a hidden Tumblr page with 2 quotes. And there's also a detail that Mai was looking for Teriko before this stuff happened. And then you also have Teriko mentioning that, like, there were 2 people that were important to her. One was a girl, one was a guy. The guy is her brother, who she got separated from. The girl is theorized to be Mai.
Makes sense.
Well, I feel like Mai's not completely fucking innocent when it comes to shit, because like she just pops up too much in certain details to like be innocent to me.
I guess we shall see, though.
Again, Dev loves their codes and ciphers. They hide them everywhere, not even just in their videos, but like in lots of their posts and all over their Tumblr, and like just in general. It's pretty neat. That's why I like DRTT so much. There's so much going on.
Haunting the narrative a little.
Yeah.
But I need to move on. In the end, it would only help myself feel better to make him suffer, and it wouldn't help anyone else. It wouldn't change the past, nor make anyone's lives easier. If I keep obsessing over guilt, justification, and revenge, then I'm still dwelling on a past I can't change. All I can do is keep looking forward. I promise myself, I'll never let a disaster like that happen again. If I can save the lives of innocent people, then I'll do whatever it takes, no matter what. Hey, that sounded cool. I feel like Mr. David right now, saying something super inspirational.
It was a little dorky, actually, but I'm glad that you're in a better mood now.
That's what's admirable about you.
Huh? Was that speech really that cool?
Not that. I think your ability to bounce back from adversity is really admirable. That determination of yours is admirable too. If you set out to do something, then never give up on that. No matter what obstacles may stand in your way, even if it's risky or against the rules, as long as it's for a good cause, I'll trust that you know to do the right thing.
That is sus.
Yeah, of course.
See?
That's why I've come to Hope's Peak, isn't it?
He's landed on a bit thick. It doesn't feel right. Oh, speaking of Hope's Peak, I need to ask Xander if he found that document I asked him to look for. And she gets people to do things for her. Like, okay.
That sounded like really bad advice in general, though. You really shouldn't encourage people to do stuff that is risky for them.
Like I said, she's very good at swaying people's emotions. Do something that she wants. You see it more in Xander's bonus than you do in Min's. Didn't want to unload the work on him, but he's much better at digging up stuff than I am. It's definitely not something I should bring up in a public place. I'll remember to ask him later. That's shady.
Is something on your mind?
Hmm.
You look distracted now.
Yeah, I do have something I want to ask you. What color are your eyes exactly?
Sorry, but I have to change the topic to something frivolous.
Huh? You had such an intense look on your face, and we've just had a totally serious conversation. I really thought you were going to say something meaningful. Also, you seriously can't tell?
I mean, they're really weird. They're gray, I think.
Gray?
But sometimes when the light hits them
Ah,
at
yeah,
an angle, they look yellow. I have no clue what sort of color that is.
You're overthinking it. My eyes are clearly...
Now that you
it's all
mention
stopped.
it.
We better get going.
Wait, are you going to answer my question?
Hey, don't forget to grab your bag.
I'm serious. This has bugged me ever since I met you. What color are your eyes?
I love that Dev's like...
Xander!
Dev's like, deal with it. I'm not telling you. Because it's really funny. I've actually analyzed both David's eye nonsense and Xander's eye nonsense, and it's interesting.
It was something I only really passively noticed. But
It
didn't
has
really...
meanings. It has to do with their emotions or what they're talking about. I can go into it another time. I can't go fully into that analysis without spoiling a lot of shit about Chapter 2 and David, so I can't talk about it.
I think it's a lot more obvious with David, though, than with Xander. At least in feeling like, okay, that is that emotion or stuff like that. Because
I've analyzed them both for a long time.
with Xander, I haven't... it's harder to notice for me.
Okay, so there's an image that Dev drew, and when Xander's eyes are gray, he has like low energy, but when they're really bright like that, he's like super passionate and a little manic. That's the main thing you pay attention to there. So like, there's parallels to David, but I can't go that far. I can't talk about it anymore. I'll start rambling and I'll spoil it. Sorry, I can't say anymore.
Alrighty.
Anyway, we finished the stuff that we wanted to finish today. Yay!
Yay! We finished everything for chapter 1.
Oh, as disappointing as this may be, guys, we're not going to be doing chapter 2 for a while. We're both busy with some other collabs at the moment. And honestly, you guys are getting SDRA videos that are scheduled to come out every Friday for a good while. You're not deprived, I promise. We will do chapter 2 at some point. My assumption is maybe whenever Rina and I are free, probably after the hiatus, but not directly after it. So, with no discerned date. We do not have a discerned date, so don't ask.
Yeah,
you'll see it when you see it.
It's impossible to pinpoint for now, honestly.
Yeah, basically, you'll see it when you see it. Yeah.
But yeah, I might stream a little Tomodachi Life instead. Yeah. But I will have to see when I have the energy to.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, have been collabing with other friends doing a completely different media, so if you want to see more of me, I'm doing that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's
and also
Noelle
there's
the
the SDRA
Fade
videos on here, so you can just watch those.
Yeah. Though, in terms of Danganronpa Despair Time content, considering that I just finished the entirety of the first chapter, I think I can start to add them in Tomodachi Life on their own little island. So that might
Could.
be happening
Could.
once.
Not all the characterizations would be accurate, but you could.
I mean, I can
There's-
always fix things in afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, you could start doing that if you wanted to.
You gotta look when I have the energy for it, because adding in like 16 characters is, whew. That's
The fun part
almost.
is, you can actually monetize the RDT stuff if you even had monetization. No other fangin dev lets you do that though.
I mean, technically, I think Tomodachi Life would be free to monetize in general, though, since it uses no assets whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would still feel a bit weird about monetization, and it's not like I'm anywhere close to it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be taking some time, friends.
Definitely. Yeah, we do intend to finish DRDT, just no established date on that. And then after DRDT is done, we are doing another fangin. You'll learn about it later. I actually disclosed which name at the end of our SDRA playthrough. So when you watch the last video, you'll see which one we're gonna be doing after that.
You're saying that as if that video is gonna come out soon and not like, not like next year sometime.
Hey, Rina, do you think I care?
Ah,
I'm teasing them.
that's mean. That they're gonna be staring at that private video for a long time.
They can deal with it.
Oh jeez. But yeah, I'm
It's
not gonna.
fine. We're funny in that playthrough. We're hilarious.
Yeah, that's true though. But yeah, I'm also gonna keep revisiting the After Island, of course, too. I'm not gonna abandon my little friends.
Yeah.
But I probably, on that day, I'm gonna put in all 16 characters of Despair Time. I'm probably not gonna also stream the other island for afterwards or before that, because Jesus Christ, that's gonna be like a 4-hour stream.
Yeah, I kind of want to be there when you do it, though.
Gotta
Just
see.
like in the audience, not here, but like I want to watch. Like I want to be there to watch.
Gotta see then. Yeah, but other than
friends,
that,
as a treat. You're so fucking right. Anyway, yeah, guys, that's the stream for today.
yeah, it is soon bedtime for me, so this is pretty good. A good time.
Free.
I at least have a little bit of time of winding down.
Yeah, like I said, I knew we'd get through it all today.
Hmm.
Because, like, half of the stuff we were doing didn't require any voice acting.
I was a little bit skeptical, but only because I've been editing like the Super Danganronpa Number 2 final chapter, and that's the chapter where you keep saying, ah yeah, we will finish this today, we will finish this next time, it's not gonna take that long, and then it keeps dragging on.
Listen. I always misjudge how fucking long that chapter is, in all honesty, because my brain redacts certain memories about it because I can't stand most of chapter 6, and I've established this.
It was so fucking long. It's incredible.
I know, okay? Like, I'll think that it's closer than it is because I'm excited for certain scenes, and then I forget certain other scenes happen, and I'm like, fuck, never mind, this is gonna take a while. So, like, yes, I know, it's fine.
So yeah, I'll be correcting my judgment from now on.
I mean, at least with when we do the other one that I have in mind, that game is only 8 to 10 hours. That's gonna take maybe 2 or 3 streams, if even. We don't have to record that one. We can just do streams.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I fucking brought that up in a video. I brought up that detail during a trial. Yeah, it's funny. Anyway, now we're gonna let Rina go to bed, and then me go get ready to take my sister out to a movie. Anyway.
Yee, thank you all for coming watching. We shall see when we'll continue this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tomodachi live streams will continue to happen irregularly whenever I have the energy. So we'll see you then. So bye bye. Thank you for coming.